feel like one of those games Nande can just put on his shoulders on the Morphling? Does it feel like a Nande sort of destruction time?
I'm gonna hate listening to Kadara use my voice lines. Oh my god. Yeah, it's yeah. What was I trying to say? Let me think. Reset. Yes,
The
it is.
Morphling. Okay.
Yes, Morphling can 1v9 in this game because you're gonna have Manta to deal with the global. You're gonna have BKB to deal with the Leshrac. You're gonna have like Hurricane Pike or Butterfly or Skadi to be just survivable against the Ursa. Daedalus down the line to rip through anyone. So it's like you have so many good items that can give you ways to outplay each individual hero. And yeah, they also have the lineup to kind of protect him. You've got Sunray Hill, Soul Rip Hill, Ench Hill. Then you have the control from a Shaker. Like if it does get to the clutch mid to late game, the draft will adapt from finding heroes to enabling the Morphling very, very quickly for Pipsqueak. But cannot understate how scary Passion UA is. If they do have a good laning and they got like what 12, 13-minute Battle Fury looking towards Blink, and all of this kind of compounding together, Ursa Blink, Lesh Blink, Dazzle with Ags. That is such a scary kind of early time to play into.
Yeah, it's gonna
Kadara
be,
really is a soundboard for me. I promise I paid him nothing for this, but my guys used 3 of my lines.
he's a Tico fan.
He is a good egg.
An interesting thing about this game as well, I think Ursa is one of the very few heroes in the game which actually has flexibility in facets. And this is a really good example of this with Grudgebearer, because it's just much better than Bear Down this game. You've got loads of uncontrollable damage coming out. Undying, Shaker, Phoenix, all of these guys are just kind of throwing their damage out there, which means no matter what, when you pop in Rage, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of extra damage to throw down. And this can get a bit crazy in some situations.
It can. Especially if he plays with the mentality of like get into the middle of the fight, right? Because if he's starting the fight and maybe down the line the Ursa has like Ags and things just to buff himself up for tankiness, you are going to be looking at Lesh finding a perfect entry or the Avatos from a Tiny connecting cleanly. That's why the lanes are so critical for Passion UA. So far they're doing an okay job of bullying, but they need to be careful. Of course, at any minute an Undying lane can be very damning. I'd like to see Undying maybe even look for Soul Rip on level 2. You surprise Ursa with a quick burst of damage and you might get a first blood.
Cracker being harassed right the way back by Kaori on this Phoenix. Being very, very aggressive. Up in the top side, much calmer up here. Nande's just farming, you know. Oh, hold on, Cracker getting jumped here. Kaori and Yayo should just be able to bring down this silencer. He's got no way out of this one, and it's just going to be Kaori getting the first blood. So very easily done here. Down on the bottom side for Palantimos and Kaori.
Of course, it's the level 2 of Undying. It is so strong. Silencer stepped up, too close, gets Tombstone, he dies. Of course, no need for the Soul Rip play that I mentioned. Get the freebie off the Silencer instead.
Yeah, they're just so strong right now.
Ooh. A little bit of poking in the mid lane, but nothing too crazy.
Both Moonlight and Exony have been going at it quite a lot. Exony, one of the very few players without a Liquipedia page in this tournament. Someone needs to make him one, though. He's been around long enough.
He has been around, but yeah, the problem is he hasn't broken into a... like. He's always been a stack player, not a team player. Which does hurt your Liquipedia chances.
True. So what are we expecting from this Dazzle then? Offlane Dazzle, not something we see that often these days.
Kind of still the same build as when it used to be popular, right? It's going to be like treads into Aghanims. With the Aghanims, you then can be very aggressive, pumping out the Shadow Waves.
Ooh, they fight in the middle lane as Moonlight tries to go into tower against Exony, but Exony just turns it straight back around upon him. Doesn't quite have the mana or the cooldowns to catch out the Leshrac. But very close to killing off Moonlight there. Yeah, we'll see what Batchuk opts for after the Ags. quite often we see them kind of moving in towards just like more healing, you know, Greaves, something like this. But maybe
he can pretty much he can buy whatever he wants depending on the game, right? When you get Ags, that's kind of the tick of the enable team. If he thinks he needs Blink Dagger or BKB, then he'll go for that. If he wants to go for more right click, he can. It's Dazzle offlane, and even though we don't see it often, you are quite open for many different builds. It's not like an Earthshaker, right? Where it's like, oh, gotta buy my Blink, gotta buy my Kaio.
yeah, you're not a checklist hero, that's for sure.
No. But they are
Healing
deep
that Dazzle
bottom
can put
lane.
out these days is pretty crazy. And yeah, they've certainly gotten Cracker again, that's for sure. Crystallized, just trying to farm under tower, try to ignore the murder that's been going on right next to him.
Yeah, the Ursa into Undying Phoenix lane does not sound too fun at all.
Alright, down the low ground, but they're going to toss in Batchuk to try and finish the job here. And with all of those poisons upon him, he will be going down. Nande, though, going aggressively onto QBFY, trying to get a return kill here. And with the Wild Wing Ripper helping him out, might just be able to do so.
Kadar, yeah.
Okay. Nande just leaves it for the Wild Wing Ripper to scoop up. Lane, the big action happening here as they try to get Moonlight, and they are going to be able to do so. XNE, is he going to survive through it? He certainly is. He's not going to stick around inside that Edict and finding out what happens with that. He just gets a kill, gets away. We'll be absolutely fine. QBFY. Trying to close the gap, though. Oh, Abbott Toss kills him. Oh. A little bit fast and loose there from XNE as Yayo gets a kill down at the bottom lane onto Crystallize.
Yeah, it was a 2v1. They tried diving the Undying and just a couple multi-hero decays and some Ursa dies. So it was very, very greedy. And then Cracker, he's still in the area. Corey does have the Fire Spirits. Ooh, and misses the decay. Potentially could have been a kill, but no, they got to walk away. Yeah, I feel like Pipsqueak going to be very happy with how the lanes have been going so far. Kadari is getting jumped. The Fissure actually misses. Not, he's trying to block the Leshrac, but doesn't matter. Still able to walk it off. That is going to be a nice thing with the Enchantress in this game. Once you get more points in Nature's Attendance, you have 4 Staff, maybe Glimmer, you even get Sprink from your Shard. There's a lot of ways to kind of start the fight by walking in, but then disengaging and not dying to the Edict.
Bottom lane again, more aggression coming out from Yao and Kaori, but I don't think they can finish this one off. Still just putting the pressure onto Crystallize and Cracker.
He also has good CS, but he's investing so much into regen, and yeah, Moonlight gets a Kadara kill.
That's a really nice one. He doesn't quite come close enough to get caught by that avalanche. I don't think they could kill him. As Cracker falls and Crystallize on the run as well. Ooh, the Fire Spirit does connect, but he's got the wand, and the second Fire Spirit will not be able to come on down here. No dive available for Kaori, therefore they will be having to let the Ursa escape. Moonlight trying to follow here, but is being followed by XNE, so a little bit of stalking going on. Invis-Rune actually being used for once, which is very unusual in the early parts of the game.
It's just very good aggression. Crystallizes again, just he shows in a wave and yeah.
See you later, buddy. Kaori's just going to be able to kill him off. And Cracker can't even get the return kill. Oh no, Kaori, he was so low. I thought he was dead, but the stun from downtown makes sure that Kaori stays alive. They will just be getting the 2 kills down here. This safe lane has been an absolute disaster for Passion UA.
They are being very, very cheeky with the plays that they're making. But of course, the kind of the I guess the saving grace for Passion UA is the fact that Leshrac is having a good game and Dazzle is complete free farm. That will be the timings that may fix some of the complications. And QBFY goes for the toss.
Nicely done, sending him back into the blender. Which is Moonlight, by the way. Hello, Kaori. Yeah, he wants this. He wants this. Can he get it? He can. Yeah. That's enough damage. And QBFY can't stand his ground either. He'll have enough mana for a toss at least in a second. And the Avalanche is also going to be there. Okay, he had enough mana for both. Using the Mango and killing off Kaori.
That was just the perfect scenario, right, for QBFY. Sure, his Leshrac goes down, but Kaori on the Phoenix was having such a good game. 6 kill streak. Right, unstoppable. You get that solo to a Tiny. He was kind of chilling. He was playing quite sacrificial. now he's what, a third of the way
Almost
to a
as
Blink Dagger.
much
Yeah.
net worth as the Ursa, which says more about Crystallize's game than about QBFY's game, but it's still funny.
Yeah, it happens.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Bad Chicks had a pretty nice time up here in the top lane. Highest in net worth by about 200 gold over the next highest, which is, in fact, their mid laner as well. So despite this safe lane being just complete destruction zone for Passion UA, they've won the other two lanes. And with that, they'll have some pretty powerful cores to play around, which will hopefully give Crystallize the time he needs to come back. Now, Kadara getting run down. To be clear, it's a very, very tough Enchantress game. They've just got so many heroes which just don't care at all. But Krekel will die in the middle lane. This will be a decent amount of tower pressure coming out as well.
Yeah, they are in need of simply getting just an item on engine. Probably can start living in these. But again, it's 10 minutes into the game. We're getting carried away.
Ooh, Batchik is doing a really good job on just like whittling down like 3 heroes, all super low, and now, well, the curse.
And QBFY coming in.
Well, oh, he didn't use the supernova. Now he's gonna get tossed back. Oh, supernova just about comes out in time, but is it really gonna matter? They're just gonna turn around and kill it. A buyback from XNE. Really, really? It might be perfect though. The 3 of them are dead. That was actually brilliant. He trusted Kaori's egg to go off, and it did. What a play, what a read from XNE. You don't see that very often.
And the fact that he bought back without having the slam available, right? It was on the 3-second cooldown, so he buys back knowing that by the time he TP's in, the slam will be off cooldown. So, it's just, really good stuff there from XNE. Just, knowing what his hero can do, knowing the fact that they're going to have to clump up for the egg, and just beautiful stuff.
Everybody's eyebrows was raised there. The buyback was so questionable. I was like, there's no way, right? But what a read. What a play. You just, the balls to go for that as well is just crazy. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, if Slam was on like 2-second more cooldown, the buyback's not happening, right? It's just the fact that he knows, it's like, you know what? 3-second left, 3-second TP, let's full send it. Let's go for the big play. And I mean, it worked. He's now 500 gold away from a Blink Dagger. He's feeling pretty good. Thing is though, Batyuk on the Dazzle is having a good game. Like the fact that he solo defended the tower with 1 knock of projection. Of course, he does have Poison Bloom, so it's very annoying. Into Undying and Shaker, melee heroes that once they're in the fight, they don't really disengage from the fight, right? That's where Dazzle will shine. So for Passion UA, they need to play around the Dazzle. Play around the Dazzle, respect the Shaker. That's probably the simple way of looking at this game for now. As they are smoked up, they want to find Nande. Nope, but Nande finds them instead.
Yeah, on the high ground. But QBFY very, very quick with the avalanche toss there, and that's enough damage to bring him down. In comes Kaori once again, looking for some action here. Has the egg available in 8 seconds, so feeling very confident to chase back the side of Passion UA, but they've got what they came for. They get the Morphling, and now a TP over to mid. The Kadara is gone, TP out, and Shield Rune will be protected.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle has been killed.
So quick kind of post-laning game snapshot. It's all Batyuk and Moonlight. Yayo's had a pretty good time as well. There's Palantimos on the Undying, being named Yayo these days for some reason. But,
Oh, Moonlight.
Oh, Moonlight, very aggressive in here. Using the global silence, coming straight back in. Always funny to see that one. And the Phoenix will be killed. Did have the Yules, but I think it was waiting for him in the base there, maybe in the stash or something.
It was,
yeah, he didn't have it then, so.
No, he didn't.
A minute later, that play wouldn't have worked, but that's the power of playing fast.
You can already see the glimpses of what Passion they want to do now, right? You've got the Agnes complete on Dazzle. Leshrac already kind of poking around the map with the Blink Dagger. Once they push out a wave, I'm expecting a smoke. Of course, at any minute, if they do initiate Shaker, he also has a Blink Dagger. So it's kind of a battle of like who jumps who. Global's on cooldown, so maybe Pipsqueak want to try and be a bit aggressive. Does look like they're going for a Wisdom Rune contest. Kadara is setting himself up quite early. The next he walked up into the high ground, found the Dazzle, not the hero you want to find, and
No, definitely not.
disengages.
Dazzle, who's just picked up an Aghanim Scepter, by the way, so I
Yeah.
want to deal with her, though. He's
Oh,
getting
Kadara.
stunned up here. Nande, looking for some action. I mean, I don't really think this is a target he can kill. And he may be realizing that himself, as he's low on health. And, whoa, does get bad check, actually. All right, I take it all back. I'm not sure if that mission was worthwhile, but mission successful all the same. Lesser being used up. 3 ulti, so
Slam.
they won't be able to kill him here. Slam is going to come down. The Ursa taking a lot of damage here. Can he get himself away? No, he cannot. The damage there from XNE. They will kill him. A beautifully placed Supernova as well. Impossible to catch that one. QBFY moving north, trying to get out of this one, but there is no escape. Yeah, we'll kill him off.
Yeah, it's just the fact that Passion UA, kind of like the problem with yesterday, is they have these timings, but you never see them use it, like, not perfectly, but in a map progression way, right? Like, Dazzle has Aghanims, but he's not really got his team to rally around him. Sure, the Global's on cooldown, but then, Leshrac wants to go in. Like, everything feels slightly as if they're missing one hero or one spell all the time. There's never a point where they're firing on full cylinders and running at Pipsqueak to utilize some of their timings, and maybe that gets simplified when Tiny gets the Blink Dagger. Yeah, they are struggling at converting some of the early moments that they've had in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Luckily, they are a cooldown-dependent team on the side of Pipsqueak, so these deep plays, they will happen when the spells are available, but when they're not, they'll be chilling a bit. Their wave push is pretty good. You got an Enchantress, and Phoenix can be very annoying. He doesn't really clear waves, but he just pushes them from a distance with the Fire Spirits, and is very, very hard to kill off.
They're moving into the
Midas
jungle.
actually queued up from Krekker.
Yeah, he's had that queued up for like 6 minutes. He's very optimistic.
Okay.
He's getting
Well,
that 200 gold as
good
well.
luck.
It's pretty despair.
UBF White kept alive by the silence. There's an overextension here from the Shaker. The jump in, the slam, but countered out by Krekker. Moonlight looking for more, but I don't know if he wants to find more here as, Yayo's got that blade mail, so Moonlight can't really unleash his spells onto him, but, well, QBFY is dead, but Crystallize just runs in, easily kills the egg. Now looks towards Yayo as well. This is looking really, really bad for Pipsqueak, as Yayo will fall. Also, Crystallize with a double kill. Nane does come in, kills off Moonlight, and uses the spells for himself, which Crystallize has to be very careful of. The Diabolic Edict from Nande doing way too much damage, but out from a distance, they can start poking. Batchuk is not stopping right now. Neither is Krekker. The two of them just going to town. Kadara trying to keep Nande alive, and is going to be able to do so successfully.
What a wild initiation from Pipsqueak. You're playing into Dazzle and Silencer, and you're like, you know what, lads? I'm going to dive a tier 2 tower. Of course, I don't think they realized Dazzle, would be hugging the Tiny in that capacity, but still, the Grave, the Global, beautifully turning it around to ensure that Passion UA could chase down Pipsqueak, and yep, Moonlight does die in the end. At least they're reminding Pipsqueak of what they can do if they have their spells up. They need to be careful though. Global is on cooldown now, 40 seconds, where if Pipsqueak want to go Roshan or do any move on the map, you kind of have free access to doing it, and yep, off they go. With the Troll Summoner, Kadara to tank, that won't be in Aegis, and they're scanning it. They know that they're in the pit, but
What can they do about it?
if QBFY was a bit closer, you could expect maybe an Aegis still, but not to be the case. He currently is in the bottom side of the Radiant jungle.
And Krekker, despite still having the Midas queued, buys up the full arcane boots, so another chunk of gold, which is not going to go to the miner. Will he ever buy it? Who knows? But Nande now has an Aegis and a Manta. Already looked pretty strong in the last fight. How much more can he do? Crystallize, meanwhile, he's looking for his Blink Dagger. That's exactly the way you want to play this on the Ursa. Go for those weak backline targets, try to get close to the egg, something like this. I'll give Crystallize a game for sure.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't think we've had the Crystallize versus Chrysalis showdown yet, have we?
Hmm.
Tower is under attack.
I think surely in a qualifier. There's been so many
I mean,
qualifiers.
at some point in Dota history, sure, but I meant in this event.
Oh, yeah, no. That would be the grand finals, potentially, of the low bracket, i.e. the low bracket finals.
Yippee. Well, surely that's what we want then.
Yeah, just to confuse everyone.
It's 20 minute time, which means it's Tormentor time. They got some really good heroes to be able to do it here. Morph can bring the damage, Kadara can help tank, Yaya can help tank. Between the three of them.
But they're smoked up mid instead. Yeah.
Still not quite willing to go for this. And yeah, this is interesting. Like, what are they expecting to find? Maybe one hero who doesn't want to come for the Tormentor, I suppose? I'm not too sure.
I mean, Kaori is quite greedy, right? We already know that from his many different teams he's played on, so that could have been like a, you know what, Kaori's going to go middle. Even if they Tormentor, they probably don't need Phoenix. Let's go for the kill. It didn't happen, but they are still continuing this smoke. But there is no Ursa, there is no Silencer. Of course, Global can just be cast. They're just hoping to find someone by themselves, and nothing's connecting. They're now underneath a ward placed by a Kaori. So exactly where they're running. Pipsqueak hugging the left side of the map, offering Nande up as a bait. He has Manta, he has Aegis.
Yeah, it's...
You cannot jump the Morphling. You need to find someone else.
Penetrating this high ground area is going to be extremely difficult for them.
Oh, they're jumping the Morphling. Okay.
Okay, all right, fine. I mean, they get him. That's good. But how much is it going to cost them? Moonlight's getting very low as Yayo and the Phoenix will be able to take him down. Kaori gets that done, and now they'll go towards Batchuk. Batchuk keeping himself alive with his own clone, but the Novel Projection can only do so much. The heals are good, but the damage is not. There is no counter aggression coming out here from the side of Passion UA. They will let their Dazzle die.
Huh.
And the vision was so good for that fight as well. The ward behind the tower. Yeah.
I mean, not only did they jump the Morphling, they haven't used Global. Nande didn't even press his wand, so it's like so many things could have been different in that fight. And the Passion UA jumping the Morphling, they wanted a quick burst, and they just couldn't get out. Pipsqueak, without getting Global, was able to catch them, control them, and get additional kills. I feel like in that moment, you either need to 100 to 0, use everything to take off the Aegis, and then disengage. But then you're victim to having no map play for like a minute and a half. Or you just ignore the Morphling, look elsewhere, and try and find a support rotating. But they had already tried the second option. Either way, this is looking to be quite a despair situation for Passion UA there.
I'm just really curious about the silence. Like,
again, like I said, it's like if they use the Global incorrectly, you just walk high ground, right? So do you really want to use Global on the first life for Morphling? You probably want to use it on the second. But then do you even have enough damage to kill them in the second life? Because your Ursa has 0 game. We look at him now. He's looking to go for a BKB.
QBFY being kept alive by Batchuk once again here, but he's not really going to be surviving through this one realistically. Kadara now has the Impetus as well to help out with that one, so they will get that kill. And Nande up to the high ground now, looking for the toss back onto Batchuk, but the Global Silence will finally come out, and it's just to save Batchuk's life. Moonlight trying to get a bit busy onto Nande here, but Nande's got plenty of health. And now immediately Tombstone save preemptively as Crystallize tries to jump in, but he's preemptively answered. What do you do now, Mr. Bear? What do you do now? The answer is unfortunately to die. He'll stand his ground for a very short amount of time, but he will be put into hibernation by Pipsqueak+4.
Just the fights that Pipsqueak are taking, it's all on their, they're deciding what's happening. They're deciding how they initiate, and there's no real fight from Passionate at all. They have some tools to play around, but like we said, Ursa has no game. Silencer isn't really able to connect on his globals. We're not feeling the sustainability, the impact of Dazzle. Everything's just lost. And whilst Pipsqueak, they're getting multi-hero slams. We've got tombstone saves from the Undying. Kadaru's hugging his Morphling with the Nature's Attendants and a Solar Crest. Like it's quite a difference in regards to what the teams are able to bring to this game at the moment.
Truly. 24 minutes in. 13k gold advantage for Pipsqueak+4. Full control over this game. Nande in the driving seat. And once again, it is, in fact, Passion UA who came out strong out of the lanes with two of their heroes. Batchuk and Moonlight both had a really good time on the Dazzle and the Leshrac respectively, but they just could not keep that tempo up. A few bad fights and it all falls apart. Crystallized, though, he was never in the game, if we're being honest with ourselves. Now being chased again. Wow. Yeah, even popping the Tombstone and the Flesh Golem here, so forcing the TP out from Crystallize, I guess. What did Kairi use the Yules on?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know, boss. I'll be looking elsewhere.
Alright, let's just use it on the Ursa and allow him to get out. Moonlight just wants his BKB. At the very least, a BKB will hopefully allow him to stand his ground in the next fight. He needs someone to deal the damage. Like, Batchuk stays alive for a very long time. He's got this Aghanims, he's got this Holy Locket, he's healing a ridiculous amount through the fights.
This one, like Leshrac, he falls out of the game very quickly, right? You've got the 4-stuff Enchantress, you've got Shaker with pretty decent move speed, you got Undying with the Tombstone, the BKB, Morphling with Waveform BKB, Phoenix with an Egg. Like, who's Leshrac realistically locking onto, right? Shaker, from what I've described, is probably the only target, but he's the target who's hiding in the tree line, waiting for the fight to develop to then jump in. So Moonlight, you can already say, not really in the game. It really boils down to Crystallize. He has to step up. He has to create some chaos, find and jump, and without a basher, without any real ability to get onto a target and 100 to 0 them, it is only difficult. But maybe as 5, they can find a jump under the cover of a smoke potentially. But the vision from Pipsqueak is so aggressive. They got the ward
really
above the
annoying.
top tier 3, the ward below the bottom tier 3. It's like, if you want to leave base, we're gonna see you leave your base. But to be fair, this vision, if they do die a couple times on Pipsqueak, their warding will then be an issue for them because they've wasted it so aggressively. They won't have any defensive wards to hug, and the 26-minute Midas is in play. Krekker, his greed.
Oh, it's finally paid off. His greed will consume him. That is for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this game will go on for, but one thing's for sure, they did hit double BKBs on both Crystallize and on Moonlight, so at the very least for the next fight, they will have those available. It's going to help them quite a lot. And this Tombstone save is going to be very difficult to deal with as well. Like, sure, you have an Ursa, right? Like, the Ursa's great at killing Tombstone. He's great at killing Supernova. But you can only do one. Like, it really is a choice.
Sure.
So, the moment both those come down, things get awkward.
It's just kind of sad that we're talking about the carry of a team being like, okay, your big contribution right now to your team, boss, is killing an item on the ground, like a little spell here. It's like, all right, cool. It is a shame that is, unfortunately for the team that he has, like, he is the best one to do it. But also you need him to do so many other things in the fight, and he's just not doing any of it at the moment.
Yeah.
So maybe we can start like baby steps,
I wouldn't
right?
have even... Yeah. Just to follow on from that point, though, I wouldn't have even hated it if Krekker had gone down the right-click route this game. Like, get some treads, get a Dragon Lance. The idea of being able to not just hit some heroes, but also deal with the egg and the tombstone, it's kind of something the team's missing a bit, so I could have seen a world.
Yeah, in all things. In a winning game, the build probably looks good. In a losing game, those items will feel a lot worse, right? Because when you're losing, you're thinking of refresher, you're thinking of just get the global out. When you're winning, it's haha, I'm killing the egg, I'm killing the tombstone. What can you do, right? It's, I think, tempo dependent for sure.
It is Roshan time once again for Pipsqueak+4. But a TP down to the bottom side as they're going to try and make a fight happen here. Crystallize on the run. He's been used up. He's got the enrage and a BKB available, so he's going to use one, but doesn't use the enrage, which means he's going to die. And stun connects onto QBFY, who's trying to escape around the side. Kaori brings him down as well. There's a double kill down in the bottom lane as the Roshan attempt from Kadara and Nande still going on. Nobody going to be poking at this one either, so 2 kills in the bottom line whilst they take Roshan. That is the kind of move you can only make when you're about 10k gold ahead, and that's exactly the situation they're in. So.
Yeah, they are. They're chilling. Like, realistically, this game, if you're playing, it's never over. You got to keep going. But as a viewer, I think we can all agree it feels over. It really is on Pipsqueak to make that mistake, for Nande to to waveform into the fountain. That's the type of energy we're looking at. And Moonlight tries to get the jump onto the Undying, but Nomad, your time to shine.
Oh, okay. Well, Kaori's getting caught here. Might actually be dead with the Hex coming out from the Dazzle. They do kill him off, and Yao's got as well. So that's a nice bit of life here, but Moonlight will be losing his as he does get caught out. Pipsqueak blinking away on the run. XNE looking for a target. No mana to speak of on XNE, by the way. He's got like 2 spells available, but Nande, he's ready to go. And a huge toss in there from QBFY, but I'm not sure that's what his team really wanted, because now they've got Shaker on their head. They can't kill him off either. He's just going to be able to blink himself away and get himself to safety. So bit of a mistake there from QBFY, but nice try, I guess. Moonlight buyback, toss in now onto Moonlight. They will take down Kadaro at least. So another kill goes the way of Passion Yue. They're looking at Nande as well, but Nande's well on the run. And he is going to be able to... hold on, QBFY found him in the trees. This is a man with an Aegis, but that Aegis might not be lasting too much longer. Life number 1 is going to go, and Crystallize, he's here and ready for life number 2.
They have Sam on Shaker.
He's on the way. He's coming over. He needs to get here now. Nande with the BKB up onto the high ground. He's kind of baiting them in here a little bit. Global Silence coming down, but that just gives XNE even more time to hold. He's got an invis rune, so he's watching everything, ready to make the jump, but Nande is gone. Yao's falling as well. They're now going for the supernova. What is happening? Pipsqueak, it is all fallen apart. The slam whiffed. Holy shit, this game just became a game once again, Tico.
I love the fact that, realistically, Pipsqueak, they're going to be winning the game unless they make a, fundamental critical error. And then, guess what? A minute and a bit later, here we go. All right, the game is alive. Of course, for Pipsqueak, they just didn't have their heroes together, right? It's like they run on in, there's the Leshrac, then they kill the Phoenix instantly, and the whole fight is Kaori being dead, the chase down, Morphling. It looks like it's really good. He's getting some beautiful tossbacks. Even Tiny helping out with some weird tossbacks, but yeah, Pipsqueak, they lost some heroes, they continued the fight, they dragged out the fight, weren't killing anyone, and of course that Dazzle, surviving, buffing people up, healing, pushing everyone else forward, and sure, you did have to use a buyback on the Leshrac, but you're not going to complain at all. You did finally kill off Nande, who's been really annoying. Sure, it's his third death of the game, but every death is going to make you feel pretty happy with the fact that Pipsqueak, they had, 14, 15k gold lead? Easily should have been 20, 25, 30 with the way that the game was moving. And
yeah, I mean, ultimately,
Dazzle just completed a Skadi, yeah. Oof.
We rewind the clock real far, it was this nice play from Passion Yue. They got themselves back into it with that nice little move, killing off both the Undying and the Phoenix. Made them feel really good. But then Pipsqueak were like, oh yeah, well, you're just hugely overconfident in still taking fights after that moment. Just wait for your respawns. Wait for you to be at 100% once again. They didn't. And now, well, Passion Yue, they want to keep this momentum coming. QBFY, though, they are going really, really deep for this. And I think Moonlight has kind of called this one. He's like, nah, guys, let's not get too silly. QBFY is still maybe going on to go on a courier and creep wave mission. Wow, that's an interesting play, but it works out.
I'm surprised XNE didn't go for a blind fissure there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right, let's look at the items of Passion Yue. Like, what are they leaning on now. They've got, of course, the Basher on the Ursa, the Skadi on the Dazzle. I think Leshrac Hex, that's going to be the big timing, right? 600 gold away. Now Moonlight isn't having to rely on someone else to be his setup. He can just independently find a Phoenix or a Shaker or an Enchantress and start threatening them. Even the Morphling, potentially. As you walk up the high ground, if you want. Correctly strength shifted. But Curry places a ward, and they already have the sentry placed. So Passionate, they know that there's smoke there. They know that they're ready. And Pipsqueak, the reason why Passionate feel like they're back in the game is because they kind of one by one fed, played by themselves, didn't really work together. This time around they're holding each other's hands. They are 5 heroes ready to fight. As QBFY continues to skip waves. Needs to be careful. They are TPing back. But they don't connect.
They certainly do not, both teams having made some moves here. But nobody really kind of finding the target they want.
Yeah, both teams really want that next Roshan. Yep, the City Rune. Ah, yes.
Yeah, Shield Rune on Morphling. The game has gone a little bit quiet here as Pipsqueak consider their next moves, consider the game state they're in, and hopefully they're not considering how they got here too much because retrospection wouldn't be super helpful in this situation right now. They need to be looking forward, trying to figure out their way back in. Of course, they're still in their favor. They still have this Morphling who's had a really good game so far. Ande needs to finish the job. How do you do that? XNE is going to be seen by QBFY here, who's got the combo. Now the Hex coming down as well. See you later, XNE. He is gone. One survivor of that last fight. This time will be the first fatality of the next one.
Gotta get out,
they're coming in. They want to fight this one. Pipsqueak. Do they, though? Crystallize jumping away. Keep being tossed out now by QBFY as well. So absolutely getting him out of there. You can see the fear which they're playing with on the side of Pipsqueak as well. They didn't want to go in for that. And also the Shield Rune and the Morphling as well, by the way. So they had so much. But without XNE, it just would have felt like another era, I reckon. Same as the last one they just did.
They need Yayo to be the guy going in first, right? They need Undying to soak up the fight. Then it opens up the engagement. A lot of the big moments from Earthshake have been with the information provided from Nande's aggression or Undying, right, going in first. So just gotta chill, wait for that. And also Nande, only a talisman away from the butterfly, about 500 gold away to get enough gold. That will be a big window to fight in. Like I said before, Roshan, that's the thing that they're waiting for. Crystallize doesn't have detection.
It does not. QBFY is here as well, though. They should just be able to kill off Kadaru, I guess. An awkward kill, but a kill nonetheless. And again, Pipsqueak
what I
gets like
respect
10 seconds till our Shaker.
What I respect with Kadaru is win or lose, he's voice lining. A lot of players only voice line when they're winning in the hope to like offset the psychology of the game, right? But this guy doesn't care.
It was too much for me. I couldn't deal with two of you. I had to.
Did you mute it? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to take him out.
I wanted to mute it, but then part of me was intrigued to know how long he'd do it for, and he's still going.
Credit where credit is due, I guess. The real fight's breaking out now. They've taken down the side. They're dying, and they're just going to kill the Supernova as well. What is happening?
They're crumbling.
Pipsqueak are completely broken right now. They are broken people.
Kadari just used the unlucky voice line, just so you're aware, Nomad.
That's a fine usage. You know, I'm fine with good usage of voice lines, even if you do it a lot. It's just I need to concentrate. I'm a professional.
I don't think I am. That's why I'm distracted so easily. But Passion, anyway, now that the items are in play, they are just finding the pickoffs, resetting. I think the critical thing is they're getting the pickoff and resetting. They're not just getting a pickoff and then getting overwhelmed with the idea that the game's back in their favor, that maybe they can do it, maybe they can win. It's no, get a kill, wait, get a kill, wait. Think about the big picture, and that of course is going to be Roshan. That can respawn in the next minute 50. They're already setting up the area. They got the gem on QBFY. They're sweeping through the map, getting the D wards. MKB is complete on the Ursa, so the big butterfly timing that Nande had just completed And when he had a massive item advantage over the Ursa, is now instantly answered. If you rewind the clocks like 8 minutes, there's no way we'd have said, yeah, Ursa's going to have an MKB at the same time. Like, that'd have been just comedy, but yeah, Crystallize has been able to just keep up as the game progressed. Now both teams hugging each other. They understand the importance of Roshan. But look, another good thing as well. Passion UA have ignored Undying. It's like they've just not. It just feels like he's not in the game anymore. Just the way that the last several minutes have been played. Of course, at any minute, a tombstone save, a flesh golem, and a cloak can do it. But
Yeah.
ooh, they saw the ward, but they didn't deal with it instantly.
They definitely did. No, Global Silence going to come down as well to stop any sort of response coming out from Pipsqueak. Nande's trying to get off the damage in the fight, but he's just being bullied by a Dazzle. Has to run himself out. Moonlight being chased by Kadaro, but Kadaro, he can't really do a whole lot here. It's an awkward exchange of blows. Nobody really going down. QBFY couldn't find the toss back, so they'll chill for now.
Yeah, one global used, second one available in 34 seconds, and instant smoke. Pipsqueak, they know there isn't global. They need to go for the fight. They have the Centaur in Roshan to know if it spawns. That is going to wait. Is that going to be a perfect spawn as it turns from night to day? Oh,
Yeah,
love beautiful.
Beautiful stuff.
Oh, Tiny's dead.
Yeah, the Tiny getting caught out. One of my favorite things about this game is that Cracker was the greedy guy. He's been farming. He's not been playing with his team. He bought the Midas. Still the lowest net worth, by the way.
Buyback. Pipsqueak are going Roshan.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have a refresher, so if they ever wanted, if they need that silence again, they have it.
So they don't want to rush. They ideally want to get the double global, right? 22 seconds for double global. But now Roshan being on the bottom side of the map, with no tier 2 taken, this outpost is protected. Pipsqueak can utilize it beautifully. Any buybacks, TP in, contest Roshan with ease. Passion UA. They need to make sure that whoever they jump, they 100 to 0. They cannot let them disengage back up to the high ground under the cover of their own wards. This is a very, very fortified area for Pipsqueak. Multiple sentries placed, observers placed. They are ready for any wraparound. And I kind of respect that Cracker is, very AFK in this situation. He's not giving any opportunity for a Morphling or an Earthshaker to find him. He knows his job is just press global, but do it correctly. Roshan is dying, though.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do anything about this. I mean, they'll kill off Kadara, but Kadara for an A just seems absolutely worthwhile for me. Nande sort of awkwardly in the pit. Courier's there to pick up the banner and the cheese. Some nice little courier usage there from Kadara, to be honest. He knows that he's probably going to be dead when Roche dies, so he has his courier nearby to pick up the items.
It's also nice when the game progresses to have your courier out on the map with you, because if you die, enemy dies, stealing a gem back from any of the dead bodies is pretty high value.
Yep, it was just coming to deliver some wards and whatnot, but still, cool usage of it.
Alright, Passion UA smoked up. Can they find anything?
Trying to take advantage of the overconfidence which Pipsqueak could potentially show here.
But none,
They're
they
going to
showing
find
that
maybe a
discipline.
Shaker or a Kaori, but
Finding nothing. The ward will reveal that though. They have a ward on the high ground. They're going to see a couple of heroes walk underneath it, which should stop Passion UA from wasting their time hunting into the tree line.
QBFY does now see Kaori. Not tempted as of yet. And there's about to be a lot of heroes in the neighborhood. Shaker TPing across as well. QBFY is gone though. Ursa leaves. And the Leshrac gets out as well, so didn't find anything with the smoke, didn't really want to get baited into a full 5-on-5 fight right now, so they just get themselves all away. Good old Cracker. Still sitting with the Hand of Midas plus the greedy enchantment on the Gale
Yeah.
Guard. Not building a new neutral item because he didn't get greedy.
He is just hella chilling in this game. The fact that if you look at his heat map in this game, it's just like the most
Mostly
radiant
those
sided
side
heat map
caps
possible.
on the on the left
Yeah.
side.
The real question is, when he gets Aghanims, does he sell the refresher? Is he just going to keep the refresher? Sorry, not the refresher. Midas. Just to be clear, I'm talking about the Midas. Do not sell the refresher. That is a grief. I mean, does he... Like, when he gets level 20 plus Ags, he's like, thank you, Midas, you've done the job. Does he keep it? He's probably going to keep it, right? There's no reason to sell it, but... I'm
He
just
has the
thinking of
slots.
buyback. Does he care? Oh. Phoenix is dead.
Yeah, luckily our observer is paying attention as usual.
Hey. Oh, toss back.
Toss back onto Kadaro, yeah. Utilizing the 20 talent quite nicely as well. He's inside the tombstone, but Crystallize breaks it out. But Crystallize got to be careful here. He's going to have to get up the high ground and, well, actually turns around, bashes Nande straight off the bat, but Nande just turning into the Ursa and going at him. It's the two bears just going ham in the middle of the fight. Now all the damage coming out onto the Ursa, but he's out. He actually TP's out of that one. They didn't have the stuns to stop him getting out under the cover of the BKB. Enrage BKB TP.
Both globals used. Is this going to be the time where Pipsqueak can get something else? You know, saying that Egg is on cooldown and Tombstone's on cooldown, so there's no safe flesh golems on cooldown. It's really... Whew. The fact is both teams need to use so much to kind of try to win a fight, and especially with Phoenix also using buyback it. You know, Passion UA, they're doing just enough that they never feel like Morphling with the Aegis is achieving what it wants to achieve, right? And on the flip side, Nande, even with the Aegis, does he ever want to go high ground? You walk up the steps, you're going to get hexed, tossed back, abyssal bladed, your team will get globaled. It really is not easy for Pipsqueak to close out this game, and of course they will... You'd like to think, maybe not right now, but you know, in hindsight, they wish that they played the 15k gold lead they had just a bit cleaner. It just takes one better fight at that 15k mark, and this game could have been over at 35-40 minutes.
Absolutely. A lot of reflection to be done here from Pipsqueak, but right now, their focus is going to be on ending this game and kind of just wondering how that happens. How do we do it? This Dazzle has honestly been so annoying. Like, the fights have looked this way mostly because of Batchik.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget about him just in the backlines, not projecting into fights and being super annoying, but you know, in a normal game, the S is just dead. The S is gone. In a lot of these engagements, Batchik's there with the heals, with the damage, with the just turning everybody into frogs temporarily. It's pretty insane.
And of course, he's got level 25 for some time now, so yeah, even more just nuisance, right? Poison touch, slow, throwing everything around. You know, he is a key target to get if possible.
Yeah, I was actually really interested to see which one he'd go for, considering he does have that Assault Cuirass. Wondering if Assault Cuirass makes you kind of lean towards Weave armor reduction increase, but nope.
I mean, the fights feel like they're just kiting as much as possible, right? So additional slows to kite. You know, you get that onto an Undying without BKB or a Shaker or an Ench that's going to be stuck in the fight, unable to get around.
And despite the Enchant Totem cooldown talent being reached by X and E, he's still not going in for the Aghanim Scepter.
No, to be fair, Ags kind of feels whatever nowadays on Earthshaker, right? The way that they're playing it, I think it's just more kite play from a distance rather than jump in. Oh, look at me go, jump back out. I do like the idea of Wind Waker. That is going to be pretty nice, especially because like if let's say the Morphling gets jumped or the Phoenix, he can then Wind Waker as ally. There isn't a nullifier in play at the moment for the side of Passion UA. You know, late game, Ghost Scepters, Yules, Wind Wakers will feel pretty good if they want to go for them. But look at Passion UA's positioning. They still have not left their base. You know, the team got near Cracker, and Cracker's like, guys, I've been doing this wonderful thing, by the way. It's called AFKing in base. You can't abandon because it's a private lobby. do you want to join me? And they were like, you know what? Great idea.
What an excellent plan, Cracker. You really are a genius. It's like,
But Cracker
doing
couldn't
this all
convince
game.
them. So now they
No,
smoked
they're
without
like-
Cracker. Yeah.
and he wants nothing to do with it. He's like, guys, yeah, you've missed these camps over here. They're real. These ones are really good. Check these out. Like, all right, Cracker,
I
we're
don't know
gonna
why-
go and
yeah.
play some Dota, but you have fun.
But he's looking at buying a Hex. That's pointless in the jungle, Cracker. Go for the Octarine first. stick to your quick buy. They are smoked up, but they did not find anything at all. And Passion UA, a reason why it's getting difficult for them is I feel like the last big smokes that they've done, when it's a pick-off smoke, not a team fight smoke, they haven't really connected. They've not really found much. But QBFY, smoke will be breaking here. Oh, actually blinks over the wave.
Interesting.
He's quite awkward.
A spot
He's
and a
kinda-
half now.
Yeah, he's lucky there's not a ward there here. That would have been instant TP and
Morphling.
death.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, that's going to give him some vision for later on. That'll be useful later, but for right now, it's an empty smoke once again.
Yeah, and the fact is, right, the Kyo's buyback
Dire's top
hasn't really been punished. It's only 2.5 minutes for that to get back into play and Morphling. Only 900 gold away. So the upcoming fights, I expect Pipsqueak to probably wait for the Phoenix buyback unless an opportunity does present itself. What are you thinking, boss?
So Exony had the Refresher Shard and was going to go for that Wind Waker, right?
Yeah.
But now he's changed his mind. He decided to buy up a Refresher Orb instead, and then give the Refresher Shard across over to Kaori, who now has the
Sure.
Refresher Shard instead.
Yeah, that's nice. Contribute to more team fight. Not opposed to it.
I guess I'm a little disappointed because
You want
It
to see a Wind
feels-
Waker? Or...
I like the Wind Waker, but also it just feels like it would have been sort of very efficient to hold the shard until you have to use it and then buy the orb if you want to. Because how often do you realistically use Refresher Orb? But I guess.
If you find a jump target, you're going to want to have the Refresher Orb, right? It's slam, BKB, you get globalled, you refresh, you slam, you get globalled, you BKB again, right? Like, it makes sense he wants it.
I get it, but he had the shard before, so why not just hold him to the shard until you have to use it and then. But then I
Because
guess.
he's so rich that now he can provide more team fight contribution across his team. Don't all in on one aspect, right? Because now Kaori also can throw out a double Hex. He just picked up double Shivas, double Egg, right? It's
that's
just
a good point.
balancing the
a
fight
good
across the board. You just want Exony to have all the pressure on his shoulders. You want to watch a man potentially crumble under the late game expectations of a Shaker. That's what I'm seeing.
That's all I ever watch Dota for, is to watch people crumble and embarrass themselves. Yeah. Always disappointed when someone executes well.
I hate teams winning. Ugh.
Oop. A banner has randomly appeared in front of us. Does banner give vision?
It's a small bit of vision, I believe.
Hmm.
Yes, you can see from the obs
Oh,
right
yes,
now. It's
yeah.
it's a nice little amount.
Cute idea then, just throwing that obs down like that. Throwing the banner down like that to infiltrate high ground.
Oh, there is an amplified damage rune in the top lane, otherwise known
Yeah.
as a DD for the old guys.
The
Take
the
a bottle,
second
yeah.
bullshit morphling rune.
Yes. Oh, it's like shield rune first. I mean, to be fair, amp damage
He's got
on.
the first, and then
Yeah.
shields a second, I guess. But in the chronological order of this game, he had the shield rune first. Now smoke up from the gang. They want to make some usage out of this. They want to crack some skulls.
They're not going to find Cracker though. He is perfectly positioned for this smoke gank.
He really is. He's a genius. Instead,
They
they're
found
going to go
Tiny.
on to the Tiny. QBFY saved. What a lovely grave coming out from Batchik there. Really well positioned on Batchik as well. He's hard to catch. They will keep the Tiny alive. Global Silence comes down. Moonlight trying to follow up as well. The double silence is down, but hasn't really done all
No
that much,
jump.
if we're being honest with ourselves.
No, Cracker's just... Wait, he just walked into... What? Cracker!
He's done, T-Guff. He's completed his mission. He is double ulti. The only thing left is to run down middle lane, clearly. But Nande looking over towards Batchik here. Batchik on the run. We're going to force him back. UBFY is here as well. Kadara just going to sprite himself back a little bit.
My guy Cracker double global and walked mid, like you said. Yeah. Oof.
Double global, walk it down. That's the way to do it.
No, for Passion UA, right? It's the initiation. Moonlight jumped in, and they were kind of fighting around the tombstone. They saved the Tiny, but it's the fact that the Tiny got saved. Leshrac went in, but the tombstone just kept spawning zombies on the high ground, preventing any other hero jumping in. And the double global, sure, it kept the Leshrac alive, but yeah,
I'm
the
not sure
tombstone
on this. Approaching Pipsqueak right now feels like it may be risk, but look at Patrick, dude. He is just doing absolute bits right now and taking them apart as Moonlight runs in as well. Oh my god, Kaori, he's dead as well. Nande does finally find Patrick on the back. Crystallize finds Kadaro. Next, and realizing that doesn't have that much of a team left. His supports are gone. They want to keep going here.
They keep thinking they can do a bit more than that, Pipsqueak, right? It's even with the globals down, the burst potential of Passion UA when they sync up is insane. It just isn't always connecting every fight, and
very
we're not really seeing Eggs survive.
Quick look over towards Krekker here as he is farming some more camps. Yeah, this is very, very important stuff. Global Silence has come back off cooldown though, so he can contribute to the game somewhat.
Pipsqueak,
I'm just saying, T. Hang on, I'm just saying, if you had Krekker in an Overwatch case, would you report him? Hold on, QBFY's just jumped in on this one. You can answer that later.
I would never report my guy.
It's Kaori. Sorry, Kadaro is actually just losing his second life here. So that's a dieback from Kadaro. No supports allowed. Global Science used to make sure that they both get the kill on Kadaro and that QBFY can get out as well.
Again, Pipsqueak didn't really get to say it after the however many fights we just watched in a row, but the initial fight, I think they got baited because of the Tombstone doing so much work at stopping Ursa getting in. They felt they were a lot stronger. So after they get the kills, then they want to chase for that secondary fight. Ursa plus Leshrac jump together. They jump also with the Tiny. Like they're doing that, the clean initiation that you expect to see. And it's a completely different engagement, right? Phoenix cannot egg. You know, Morphling's kind of scared to go in. Enchantress will die in a matter of seconds. So if Pipsqueak can stop Lesh, Ursa, Tiny jumping one target, there could be a fight for them to play. If they don't stop them, Passion UA looks so dominant. It really is just a matter of execution. I feel like it's a lot more on Passion UA and how they start the fight rather than Pipsqueak.
Yeah,
with the tools that are in hand.
A little bit as he tries to go on to Nande. Nande gets grabbed by the Tombstone. Yeah. But yeah, Aegis grab for the Ursa. For the first time this game, Passion UA will be the ones playing with the Aegis.
To be clear, at 30 minutes, it was just all Pipsqueak. And then there's just been just clawing back, pick-off after pick-off after pick-off, objective after objective. Sure, it's been a bit shaky, but still very commendable for Passion UA. We'll see if they can close out the game unlike Pipsqueak.
Would be funny if they just close out the game with their first Aegis. This is how it's done.
Yeah, just absolutely flawless. Even before 60-minute items.
Whilst Krekker is still jungling.
Yeah. Again, to your question about the Overwatch case, I think any higher MMR player will understand that good old Krekker is... If he gets picked off, it's despair. If he doesn't get picked off, it's very good. I would argue maybe Krekker could find a way to position here, global, and then maybe join the fight. So rather than going for like an Aether lens, maybe looking at like a Boots of Travel so he can, you know, global from a safe place, TP in, then start throwing out some arcane curses and last words. But at the moment, he is not really doing that. But, you know, critically, all he is a global, nothing more. So please don't report him. Thanks.
I'd do it.
My guy. You cruel guy.
It's also the first time in this game that Passion UA have had a gold lead.
Imagine if there was fancy on this game. No, they had a gold lead, lost the gold lead. It's like, it's up and down.
Just Aegises where Pipsqueak have been dominating Nande straight onto the high ground, but they were ready for this one. Excuse me, Nande, that is not allowed. He is taken out of the game, and now they look over towards Yayo as well. He's also going to get taken down. Rogue cosplaying like he's got an Aegis, but he did not. Morphling is dead. Double TP's out from Pipsqueak.
He walked high ground, and within a matter of half a second got abyssaled, avalanched, globaled, and deleted.
They were so ready for that.
Yeah, just there's a brief period where there was like a jump from Ursa, so there was a very brief window until every stun imaginable to prevent him from surviving.
Dire's middle tower has
And we have the
Tower
banner on the Dazzle, walking up to
goes
the high ground
down.
again. We're not getting tier 5 neutral items as of yet.
is under attack.
There's a strength blink on the Shaker. And travels too. Nixney trying to do his best to clear out these creeps here, but it's just not happening. The barracks starting to go down. Yeah, they're getting crystallized low, but he's got an Aegis, he's got a cheese, he's got a refresher shard. Morphling buyback being held. 15 seconds remain. These barracks are going to fall. QBFY tries to find the target. Global Silence coming down as well. But it looks like QBFY has been left out a little bit here, but they've got XNE, so absolutely worthwhile. A buyback coming out from him, and the stun to try to save Kadara. Kadara might just keep himself alive here, and he will, but Batchik's still on the side, doing so much damage. Jump in, slam from XNE. It's good, it's very good, and it will get them the kill to Moonlight, and it looks like Batchik might be falling as well. He's trying to get out under the cover of the shallow grave, but that is not going to help him. He is gone. QBFY also to fall. Nande comes back, gets the double kill. They get out on the Ursa, they escape with the Aegis, but they lose 3 big heroes. And we know Nande, he is not going to waste any time at all in getting down the middle lane and forcing out these buybacks.
And yeah, with no tier 2 towers, it is a matter of you get to the tier 3, you're going to take as many buildings until Passionway use their buybacks. QBFY haven't used it on Tiny. The fact is, they got a really nice pick off, but they just stayed too long. They got hit by the slam, and globals that just were not available. 15 seconds for the double global. Nande, of course, can be 100 to 0 at any minute. It will be quite a big indicator. The buybacks, you have to TP in. I would be surprised if Nande does actually die.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Holding the buyback right now, Leshrac and Dazzle.
Aegis gone.
Back and forth nature of this game. I actually have no idea who's going to win. Oh well, we'll see.
They're in, they're going on to QBFY here, but QBFY is going to be able to keep himself alive now. The Avalanche coming out onto the 2 of them as Yo jumps in from the side, just throwing everything he's got, but it's the Nande Morphling who's fallen again, and Kadaro is dead. The buybacks are too good. That is what they wanted, but they could not get out alive, not under the global silence coming down upon them once again. Pipsqueak. Time and time again, you know, they're forcing Passion UA to play their absolute hearts out here, but they are. They really, really are.
As mentioned, the 3 buybacks used, right, in the hope to get a kill. So now they're going to need to think very clearly about how they want to navigate this stage of the game, right? At 60 minutes, tier 5s are coming out. Let's have a little look. No one's completed one as of yet. Ursa just takes the Stygian, right, with Audacious attack speed. Big damage dealer now available, of course. I mean, he's been doing some good damage at this stage of the game, but even more. Let us now have a gander to see what Leshrac decides to take. Silencer, okay, takes the Fallen Sky.
Yep.
With additional cast range. Well, with his positioning so far, he's not been in the fight, so
That's
this
a
is gonna do
farming
nothing.
Fallen Sky, if ever I've seen it.
But no, he has got the Hex complete.
Also
What
gets
did
the
Lesh
Fallen
take?
Sky with the
Okay, but-
spell amp. Oh, he got Timeless,
Ooh,
that's big.
He did get. That's good. And then Helm of the Undying on Tiny. Yeah, the way that QBFY has been playing, it makes sense. He just wants to get into the middle of the fight with cooldown reduction from Feverish. You know, go crazy.
Dazzle's got the Stygian option or the Fallen Sky option. Both are very, very good. Regalia, I don't really want to see, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think we're already having a Stygian on Ursa at something, but the fact that you can do more
Get
right
on
clicks,
everyone.
apply more, yeah, exactly. I can see him also going for it, and yeah, he does take it. Bit more attack range as well. So all of Passion UA has a tier 5. I think I could potentially argue that maybe like a Helm of Undying could be better for Dazzle, just for the fact that you want to have those clutch moments and turnaround. But again, didn't have the option. Same thing for Leshrac. Fallen Sky is okay, but there are better options in the future if the game is to go longer. And as already mentioned, Pipsqueak taking just a bit longer to get their neutrals. We've got Cast Range and Book of the Dead on Earthshaker. So having any wave push will be good. Again, didn't really see what options he had. Enchantress going for Book of the Dead. So in regards to like wave push, oh my, Undying Book of the Dead as well. They got 3 Book of the
Good
Deads
lord.
in play. So the waves are going to be heavily favored to Pipsqueak as we enter the 60+ minute mark of the game. And then both Morphling and Phoenix took the Minotaur Horn. So a little bit more BKB action, debuff immunity. Very nice against Global, right? Yeah.
Audacious on both Crystallize and Morphling. Sure, the attack speed's kind of nice for Morphling, but we're really looking at the plus magic attack damage. It's kind of insane. Very, very good against high armor targets. So I think especially good for Crystallize to be able to deal some real damage to the Morphling when he's high energy. Into the pit, though. Passion UA may have taken their fingers off the ball a little bit with this Roshan here.
So I'm just looking at the Book of the Dead. So you got one in top, one in bot. We're talking about Helm of Dominator meta at TI. Now we've got the Book of the Dead meta for Pipsqueak. All right, I'm just going to put it out there for Cracker. All right, my guy has been farming very defensively. To not have buyback at the 65-minute mark because you're that rich is truly something.
That poor, wild.
Sorry,
he chose to buy an Aether Lens and the Scythe of Vice, so.
And a Boots for Travel, yeah.
Listen, I get it. Look at his cast range on Scythe of Vice here. It's kind of insane.
Yep. He has yet to be in a fight, really, to use it, but this could be the time. When the fight comes to him in the base, whew, I don't know
if he won't just get one
Pipsqueak...
shot by something, though. It would be funny.
Oh no, get slammed.
Turns up to his first fight of the game. Gone. Good old Dazzle. What's that? You want to get rid of this this pesky flag? Yeah, there's just a illusion here, which you literally toss back onto the Morphling. He's dead once again. Nande getting caught out here. Crystallize. He is taking some heavy hits, but he's going to be okay. Nande, by the way, getting up to level 30 now, so he's got the +3 overpower attacks. I wouldn't say it's rare, but it's not super common for carriers to have like 2 really fantastic talents. So yeah, this Ursa's going to feel fantastic.
Another banner.
Crystallize trying to deal with all of these units here, but they're just going to keep on healing up this tombstone. It's sort of difficult to get them all down. And yeah, another banner.
And then you got Book of the Dead mid and top, and
they're being flooded a little bit.
So
Moonlight's
toxic.
Doing his best. This is sort of gross.
Yeah. Gotta be careful. They have to defend the top racks whilst also dealing with the bottom rack situation. Morphling using Illusion for bottom.
This is your buyback update. We have a buyback available on the Ursa, which is good because he's about to die right now. Just kidding. There's Global Silence coming on down, but they've actually got him stunned up. He needs to start hitting some heroes. Crystallize. He's not going to do so. He's going to die. Buyback up from Crystallize. QBFY also getting hit, but there's a Grave coming through once again. There's a Hangs out onto the Dazzle. The Crystallize going to be there as well. Nande is gone. Now we're going towards Kadaro, who's just trying to deal with the barracks, but he cannot do so. It's going to be a death for the Enchantress. 3 dead on Pipsqueak. They get the buyback they wanted, but the cost is very, very high.
They are brute forcing this so hard, right? They were trying to split push with the Book of the Dead. They're trying to take the racks, but they weren't able to do it. I think Crystallize, just the confidence he has on the Ursa to kill the flag, to kill the Russian banner, sorry, to then also kill the tombstones. Sure, he dies, but if he's not frontlining there, they are just losing racks with ease. Like, he needs to play with this level of confidence, and now with the amp damage. What can Passion UA do? They need to force some buybacks. Yeah, so 7-minute on cooldown. Both Tiny, Dazzle, and Leshrac all have a buyback in about a minute's time. So Crystallize needs to be careful, but if they play their cards right and can force out a Morphling buyback here, that is going to be a pretty good win condition. The battle of who dies first, the Ursa or the Morphling. But they need to force it. They need to disengage. 36 seconds until Morphling respawns. Maybe they can be confident and hold.
This is so scary. This is so scary. They just don't have the buybacks on Radiant right now. This is a buybackless play. They will have them sort of soonish. There's so much patience on Pipsqueak. I think
it's just Ursa. Everyone else should have it. That's fine. By the time that the fight progresses and die and whatever,
yeah, true,
it's just
true.
simply not forcing the Morphling buyback here. Gives Pipsqueak a win condition for themselves now.
Oh,
It's the only hero in the game without buyback is Ursa.
They cannot stand their ground here. They
found the Ursa!
Ursa! No. This is not the guy who can go down here. He's going for the TP out, and there won't be any bashes to stop him, so he will escape.
He nearly had the egg pop.
I am fully clenched.
Yeah, that was so close. I have unclenched.
Good. All right, we've got a very slight technical issue we're going to sort out here really quickly. Do not worry, though. We'll take you through the action. It shouldn't last too long as we get things sorted out here. Sorry about this, but just to let you know, in the game at the moment, nothing big is happening at the moment. It's just creeps running into the base over and over again. That's all we're seeing.
Got a plan.
Barracks up in the top lane. Still getting hammered here. Nande. Just by the way, your buybacks, every single player in the game has buyback except for Crystallize here. So he has to play so carefully because he is also pretty much the biggest threat which Passion UA have against this morph.
"70 minutes now. I mean, the longest game that we got to cover in the qualifiers, so that's nice.
Yeah, no, we needed one of them. And this is definitely proving to be a very entertaining marathon.
Oh, yeah, you're just blinking in. He's like, I'm going to set up the foundation of this, and Nande takes the range racks.
Yeah, but that's kind of turned into a little piggy, and now the toss back going through once again. Nande is gone. How many times are we going to see this happen? Kaori's gone as well. I mean, the global stance is just making it so hard for Pipsqueak to do anything about it. I mean, this Undying does have an absolute truck ton of health right now. 8k health on this Undying, and yet Crystallize just gets through it in seconds. This is crazy how much damage everybody has right now. Immediate respawn from the Undying. He does still have Ceaseless Dirge available.
Pipsqueak, you can feel the desperation. Like, they're not sending, like, they're trying to go for the split push, right? They got Booker at bottom. They're throwing Nande in top, but they're not doing it like on 100%. There's not 2, 3 Booker the Dead's bottom or anything like this. It's just, it just feels like they're getting so emotional as the game progresses, rather than really thinking, dissecting how to approach it. Compared to Passion UA, they know exactly what they're doing. They know who they're jumping. They know which spell combos they're trying to go for to ensure they have the best chances of clutching up this late game. And you can feel that the planning of Passion UA is letting them shine at the moment. And still, we have to remember, 3 minutes, Crystallize does not have buyback. Everyone else in the game has the buyback available. So at any minute, this could still just become Ursa dead, game is over. 24,000 gold for Passion UA. They're smoked up on the high ground.
Why has XNE got a moonshot, for God's sakes? Well, they're going to use the slam here just on QBFY. I mean, they know how scary this Tiny is. 9 seconds on the Morphling. He's going to be able to respawn naturally here. Once again, we've seen this one before. I believe there's a part where the Ursa gets hexed, but then
he's TPing onto a zombie.
TP's out, so...
They found him.
BKB is available, but he's hexed up right now, and with the Supernova coming through as well, they will be able to get that kill. Uh-oh. Wait. Dazzle's going to need some assistance, and QBFY is going to give it to him. The double toss back to try to get the Batchuk to safety. As QBFY in trouble still. He tries to get off the Eternal Blade onto himself, but it's not going to happen. But he has got the Helm of the Undying. Can he do anything with this? Not really. Nande standing his ground. Crystallize going in. The buybackless Berry on the case, trying to find his target, but he doesn't get Nande. Nande gets out, but Dara will fall. Wrecker accidentally onto the cliff, has to blink himself down, and he is onto the front lines on this silencer right here. Refreshes to get another usage of that Fallen Sky to get in close. They got to kill off the Tombstone. Yayo's on the back lines here, but the guy's sitting with literally 10k HP. But again, it doesn't matter. Crystallize kills it, and the buyback's coming pretty thick and fast right now. Yep, they're all coming back here on Pipsqueak because they have this outpost, but Crystallize, he's just dealing with them one after the other. Nande, he can't stand his ground. Nande is dead. No buyback. That's it. That should just be game. 3 heroes dead on the side of Pipsqueak without buyback. Crystallize just stood his ground and tore apart anybody that approached them.
I mean, he TP'd into a Earth. I don't even have any words anymore. He TP'd into a split Earth, then got a Bristle Blade and died from his buyback. I mean, we're talking about the fact that Earth is playing about buyback with that confidence, and Pipsqueak, they're just throwing lives away using buyback so freely. And
yeah, that was crazy. Double rapiers now purchased. One on the Ursa, one on the Dazzle. They want to end this, and they should be able to.
I mean, so easily. They're even trading the bot racks. They just don't care. They know that they can walk down mid. There's not even a world in which you can talk about a base race like a Shaker and a Phoenix. It's kind of uncomfortable for them to try this.
Book of the Dead, and Kaori just going to go for the refresher here. It's about all they can hope for, but Crystallize immediately just going to go in for the Supernova, kill that off nice and easily, and that should be the GGs. There they are.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, what a beautiful game. 74 minutes. We're going to get all the, the tier 5 items, the attempts of trying to get a creeps, but Passion UA under so much pressure. They found the comeback play when Pipsqueak went for a very, very greedy move when they had a 15k gold lead in like the kind of mid to late game in this game to make the mistakes, because their heroes have additional layers of I've got jumped but I can still survive, and also the burst potential of Passion UA, it isn't as explosive as the last game, right? Like a DK jumps you, he has to right click you. A Void Spirit jumps you, it's like I stun you, I then Resonant Pulse, I do another step. Like Lycan, Wolves damage over time, so the burst potential for Passion UA isn't really there, but their speed in which they can do things together as a 5, it is very, very scary. So that alone might just give a lot more confidence to Nande, and if he plays the same way he did, he jumps in, he's gonna probably be able to jump back out with the shard.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's get into it. Game number 2 here in this this very exciting series we've had so far. A little bit of fighting might take place over the rune. Cracker, does he want to go for the fire snap cookie to ensure it? No, he can just run in and grab it the old-fashioned way. Kero is not quick enough there with his positioning and with the chicken fingers to get that kill, but Cracker getting very low here. He's got the fairy fire, gonna have to use it, but it's not gonna save his life. They'll take him down regardless. Kadara more than happy to tank some tower hits with his 3 armor and decent HP pulls. So very nice kill here from the side of Pipsqueak.
They're kind of lucky the first blood didn't go the way of Queen of Pain, right? Queen of Pain already has Blink level 1. Imagine if you got Bottle, then got Dagger level 2. It would be quite annoying for the Void Spirit to play into. Now Kaori will use that and invest into Boots. You're going to have Boots and Windlace Shaman going into like the 1.5 minute mark.
So
fast. Nice to be able to, yep. You're going to contest pulls, going to be able to walk in, poke, use your 70 damage that you have, and run back away. But Cracker goes for the block on the hard camp. See if Kaori wants to buy a sentry.
Kind of funny
to deal with the,
how many heroes just don't have the spell they want to start the game with right at this point. Like XNE starting with Blink, obviously not what you want. Shackles on Kaori, it's okay. Fire Snap on Cracker, definitely not what you want. So.
At least everyone's equally cursed.
True. Kadara did start off with Liquid Fire, but I think that one's okay.
Yep, that's very good. Level 1 Liquid Fire is really nice because you're playing for your level 3 timing anyway. That's when you have your biggest damage spike in the early game as DK does fall. Somewhat expected, right? You're a strength hero into an Undying with a Shaman as well. It's a very, very difficult lane. I kind of wish Cracker was... I didn't see how he died, I just assumed he got stunned up, but the fact that the Tombstone was still alive when Cracker had the low shredder There's small things that maybe could have changed there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he might have been too after the death. That's my only guess. I was looking elsewhere on the map.
Yeah. But Cracker actually going in for a little shredder to deal with the tombstone is sort of interesting. So, no Scatterblast despite having full ball. It's really curious. The mid lane, water runes are up, so Exony's already got his, Moonlight gets his, but Moonlight winning the resource war just a little bit early on, but Exony is doing absolutely fine and doing a little bit better on last hits as well.
To also answer your question about the Snapfire, don't forget he took Cookie to survive the level 1 gank, then he wants to Shredder to kill the tombstone, so
yeah,
it's unfortunate accounts of what's happened rather than him going, this is my build. QBF White. Yeah. Struggling.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed the...
Ooh, okay.
No,
yeah, dual breath coming through. That's a breath of relief for QBFY. He should be dead by all accounts. Here is in the middle lane. They're also going aggressively onto each other as well, but again, just Exony trying to be annoying at mid, getting under the tower, getting up in Moonlight's face, trying to force him to make some mistakes and miss some CS. Is working out so far pretty nicely for the Queen of Pain. Bottom lane, once again, more aggression coming out here, and this time they are going to be able to connect. Batyuk is going to be the one to go down, though. And he's got to be a little careful here. His illusions do tend to hurt a bit. But yeah, the Lycan dies, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah, so far the lane's going very, very well for Pipsqueak. They kind of drafted themselves the winning lanes. Of course, for Passion Yue. If they can stabilize them just a little bit more, get to the Helmet Dominator, that's what you need to play behind. Of course, Pipsqueak, they know this. Okay, it's going to Moonlight. He doesn't have the Simulator available.
No, they'll cook him up the high ground, but Exony is still chasing here. Does he have another dagger available? He doesn't.
There's a Blink Scream if he wants.
Well, that'll do the trick, I guess. Oh, deny comes out from Cracker, though. That's huge. That is really, really big. Cracker, unfortunately, can't do anything else here, really, because all he's got is a cookie and a little shredder. My god, does he wish he had Scatterblast right now, but still chasing off Kaori, getting these heroes low, and trying to do a bit of punishing.
It feels like he's just vibing a new build, because you don't really have the mana to use all 3 spells. Even when you're, like, position 5, like, he's only got a wand. So it's like, I took Cookie, then I got Little Shredder. Okay, we're going to go back for Little Shredder again, because do I really want to have 3 spells and only use them once each and be out of mana? He's snapping. I think realistically he kind of wants to have 1-0-2 or even 2-0-1 would have been a potentially better option for this type of game.
We'll see what he can do with it, though. It's the thing, though, like, you do want to get those points in Cookie later on for when you buy your shard.
And also you do want Cookie as well, so when he puts the tombstone down, you can, like, Cookie in, kill it instantly. Like, there's so many arguments for what build he could go for, actually. Yeah, either way, this is the one he's going for. We'll see if he can utilize it.
Game at this point. The power runes come out, and it is going to be bottom, which means Exony should be able to grab that. It'll be an invis. Not a big deal, but still going to be sad for Moonlight, who's already struggling a little bit, especially in XP. Exony way ahead, halfway through level 6, and Moonlight not even halfway through level 5. Top lane, Yayo, get him very low. Disruption's going to come on down. They got him surrounded. Can they finish the job? And dying, he's got one more decay to throw out here, which is going to give him quite a lot of health. And now in comes Kadara as well, helping out with this one. Crystallize might actually be the one in trouble instead. He is. He's going to fall. Here, looking over towards Cracker. Cracker, though, making his way south. Can he steal this? Absolutely not.
He's like, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah, not even entertaining the idea of going for this wisdom. It'd be kind of one of those things where you'd just be straight up disrespectful at this point to assume that they've somehow forgotten about the wisdoms and aren't going to stop you.
Instead, he gets his wisdom and a 1-for-1 split. Crystallize though, he needs to be careful. There's a tombstone and a Jakiro in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that is true. Damage coming out to Crystallize here, but there's a disruption out from QBFY. Crystallize, stunning. And in comes Moonlight as well. They've got more heroes here, and it is going to be Palantimos that goes down first, but Crystallize follows him to the grave instantly. Moonlight's going to be a little careful here. I mean, he's still got himself the jump away, so should be all right. Astral Step available. Kaori throws down the shackles. Exani is here, but there's that Astral Step coming on through. Moonlight is going to get out absolutely fine. We have Chrono down on the bottom side, but you know, it's a Helm of Iron will crown Lycan. He's not going to go down easy.
No, to kill him, you're going to need to bring a couple more heroes, like Queen of Pain +1, and then maybe you can entertain it. But Queen of Pain does get the children. I do love how my my entire game lagged when Lycan pressed Wolf House. Sorry, that's going to hype.
Well, fight going in the middle lane here as this wave does get used, but is it going to make a difference? Moonlight, he's going to be okay, and it's actually Kaori who falls instead. QBFY gets that kill onto the Shaman. And Moonlight dropping very low, but doesn't quite die to that dagger, so Moonlight gets out.
He had a wand as well.
Really good disruption.
Yeah, great disruption. Great just movement from the supports there. And as always, I feel like Pipsqueak are very optimistic. When they make a move, they're like, yeah, it's going to work. And then halfway through, they're like, I don't think it's working anymore. It kind of feels like their way of playing at the moment. A vibes-based team for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the Helmet Dominator is now complete on the Lycan. I'm expecting Passion UA to try and play around it, but Kadar, he sees the Helmet Dom, he's like, you know what, I'm instantly down here. Putting the Jaw Breath, putting the Liquid Fire onto it. Oh, okay, he's altered to chase away Kaori.
Yeah, get him. Nando's there. Chrono
is.
available. If he really wants to use it here, does he want to save Kaori? He doesn't. He wants to watch Kaori die. Classic carry behavior, honestly.
It's quite an uncomfortable move, to be fair, right? It's with disruption
massively.
right behind. No matter what happens, it just feels like Passion UA will be able to kite the aggression of Pipsqueak. What would be really cool is if Nande Chronos and then Queen of Pain blinks, Sonic Wave pushes the Shadow Demon into the Chrono during the cast of Disruption to prevent it. Now that would be the play of the day.
Gameplay, yes.
Yeah,
Truly.
I will be looking for this every fight.
Ooh, that was nice. Cracker just bags himself 100 gold by using the little shredder into Scatterblast to kill off Void's creep.
It is crazy to think, but there are heroes that can kill Helmet Dominator. We never really saw people try to do it TI, but
it does happen.
happened.
Kaori, meanwhile, getting blasted in the middle lane. Kaori is going to drop. Disruption out once again from QBFY onto the Queen of Pain, just to stop her really being able to follow up here, but doesn't really have the mana. I'm guessing she can get the power rune since mana situation is looking pretty dire, so...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, him is quite quiet. I do feel that favors the side of Pipsqueak, right? We already spoke about the scaling available for them, and the fact that they aren't having to defend any towers and they're kind of leading the charge in the early aggression, it's going to give them this confidence in how they want to enter the game. Yeah, yo. Whereas on the Tombstone, it's been nicely baited. Cracker kills it off in a matter of a second. Yep.
Yeah, and Moonlight's getting so low on the side just from the damage from the Jakiro and from the dagger on him, so he's feeling like he really can't do anything, even though he's got all his spells up at the moment. Exani, the opposite, just feels so confident to just keep jumping in and keep forcing Passion UA to bring more and more heroes to the middle lane.
They actually baited DK into the mid lane. Meanwhile, Kaori, he's free farming top. You've got Nande free farming bottom. Passion UA aren't going to be happy with the fact that they had to use so many resources. Moonlight gets the amp damage in. Is there a way they can turn this into something? It does feel like they need to get a kill, or they're just kind of standing around at the moment.
Like, one of those kisses is available. How do you land that, though?
They just don't have the stuns, right? It's at most it's one remnant, but they're gonna try and set it up, disrupt.
Okay,
into a remnant.
there's your one remnant. Is it enough? No. Oh,
It is.
yes. Okay, all right, never mind. Moonlight follows up. He's got the AD in his pocket, and that is going to be enough to help him out. Nande looking to try to blow up somebody here. Has the chrono, but doesn't have any teammates. Has to back himself away.
All right, we didn't factor in if you start the fight with disruption, it buys plenty of time for the initial kisses to start flying. So that one remnant actually becomes, 4 kisses. If you start with the remnant, then kiss, it's only, 2 before she blinks. So yeah, really good stuff there to just buy as much time to enable the damage from the Snapfire.
Really min-maxing Anonymous kiss damage there.
They
that's
were.
really impressive.
Yeah.
Back into the bottom lane here as Nande's killing off these creeps constantly being shoved down this lane. Definitely the quietest hero in the game has been Lycan so far. We just see nothing from Batchuk, but he's in the jungle, he's farming, QBF White Eyes in the top lane, who cares? Batchuk is going to be able to afford his Helm of the Overlord now, so maybe we get to see the Lycan coming online a little bit more as the deny in the middle lane will not be achieved by Moonlight. Kidara gets that one.
They haven't really used Lycan too much with the Helm of Dominator, but now with the Helm of the Overlord being finished in 20 gold's time, are we going to be seeing Passion UA try to cross the river, try to set a little bit of pace? I'm really concerned that an even game does just inevitably lead to Pipsqueak having the ultimate team fight with the draft that they have. They are split up. They do want to utilize Lycan now, but it has to be expected. There's no way Pipsqueak gonna look at Helm of Overlord Lycan aggressively pushing the wave after he's been hiding in the jungle for the last 4 to 5 minutes. Nande, he's gonna jump straight into all of them.
Oh, hello entire enemy team. How's it going? That's an unfortunate high ground to blink up right there. As he had the chance to get off the chrono. Well, he doesn't need to. He's just going to jump down the low ground with the time walk, and now nice little ice path from Kadara going to force back Moonlight. There's 3 heroes here, but that's not how they want to start fights. That's the awkward thing. That's not how they actually want to do that. So they didn't get a chance to get back far enough to get the kisses off. And that just becomes a little bit weird.
But, even if they get the kisses off, it'd have to be the same perfect set of spells that we saw in the mid lane on the Queen of Pain. And
exactly. Yeah.
even a second of drop of damage missing, and he's going to time walk it off, right? It's not this. Any other draft, any other hero instead of like Shadow Demon there, and you're probably just dying, right? Is the issue of the support duo. Not the best lockdown for a Void.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But they are still in the area. They want to go for a potential round 2, but they also it's catapult wave, so it is a good time to try and press the map.
There's a dinosaur coming up the high ground, and the stun landing onto Kadara is going to take him out very quickly in the middle lane. Quap immediately blinking out, getting herself back, but this should be the middle tower. Oh no, okay. Lycan chooses to resummon to make some things happen down to the bottom side. Looking at Kaori, the creeps are on him, but Nande's here. They should be able to just kill off this Ancient Prowler. And they do. Batchuk gets out though, shapeshifts away to safety. Oh, Moonlight jumping onto Kaori here, and a little bit more required, but they will bring him down. Nope, both of them stunned up by the Ogre Bruiser creep. As QBFY takes a full hero over on the side as well, so it's going to be an extra kill going back the other way. Just trading support from the jungle. A lot of this early game has just felt very meaningless for both teams. Everyone's just kind of farming. Everyone's just killing supports. Both the mid laners trying to be active, but just not really getting anything of value, so they're both pretty poor.
Am I going crazy? Have we seen a Chrono? Am I
I
crazy?
don't think so.
I don't like. At least from my camera work, I don't think I've seen one. Maybe there's been one that I've just missed, but it is quite a weird game for that.
Yeah, I mean, Chrono's a stupid spell anyways. Only decent when you've got damage to put into it, so who needs it?
They are going Roshan with ease, with Shaman and Undying.
Yeah, that's a lot of crap, which you can't really contest.
Mm-hmm.
Marsh Mage grabbed rather than the Croaker, unfortunately, for Nande. But still going to be water bubbling.
I mean, a Magic Barrier might be quite useful. Will Passion UA be kind of disheartened to try and make moves, knowing that there's Aegis in play? I mean, the short answer is I don't think they should be. I think they still need to try and be aggressive. DK is looking towards a Blink Dagger, 200 gold away. And Lycan only 400 gold away from a Nullifier. Every time I see an item on Lycan, I'm like, all right, now has to be the time. But, you know, in question
This is his moment.
yeah. Have we seen a Chrono from Void? But also, have we really seen a aggressive, successful shapeshift from the Lycan? It's been quite a quiet game from him. He has been part of 6 of the 8 kills for Passion UA. But the fact that, you know, tier 1 mid is still alive, tier 1 top is still alive, and often Lycan can, you know, whittle down these towers quite comfortably.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's just Batchuk's read on this, though. It's like, do I want to run at towers, which will waste my time against Jakiro? Probably just feed up Jakiro, and, you know, if they ever want to actually commit on me, they can do pretty easily with Undying and Queen of Pain. Or just farm. And the answer seems to be just farm. Hit those late game timings.
Is under attack.
He is a menace. He's the richest hero in the game at the moment. With the Helm of the Overlord and Nullify, you know, supports will just melt to this guy. Smoke
Okay,
up.
they're smoked up. Yep. And they got the haste rune. They're wrapping around behind the backs of Pipsqueak, and there isn't any really wards here available. Passion UA.
5-man smoke from Pipsqueak as well, though. Crystallize is going to be seen. Can they help him out here? Chronospear is going to be dropped. In comes Moonlight on the side. Disruptions there from QBFY. The kisses are doing so much work over the top of this as well. Crystallize somehow still alive during this. Does finally fall. Now they're looking for the next target now as they move onto Moonlight. Moonlight just backs himself away. He's got the haste rune, so he's able to get out. As they've actually trapped the dinosaur inside the serpent wards. Very nicely done. And now Queen of Pain looking for more, but is she biting off more than she can chew? Krekker is already dead here. And the Queen of Pain's going to be able to get out. It's a good fight for Pipsqueak. It's a very good fight for them.
Oh, Moonlight's jumping back in.
Okay, he's not done. He wants to keep on trying. I mean, they're very low. They're very tempting, but they just can't kill him.
There's the start of that fight. The fact that Pipsqueak jumped the DK, even though they saved him with the Shadow Demon, the build that the DK has, he doesn't want to be the one getting chronoed. He's got a Blink Dagger. So, of course, the argument would be, imagine if he didn't go Blink, what if he just goes straight BKB? Maybe he can just stand his ground there, post Chrono save, press the BKB, and then he kills, what, maybe 1-2 heroes? But, yeah. Pipsqueak, they find the perfect hero to go on. The Lycan never really enters the fight. He wastes all of his shapeshift pretty much just killing a Tombstone and disengaging. Yeah, that is the problem for Pipsqueak. Sorry, for Passion UA. If their DK isn't right-clicking, and if their Lycan's wasting time on a Tombstone, then that's the majority of your fight just falling apart.
Yep. And also the ward trap onto the Helm of the Overlord dinosaur is actually really cool. Like, I didn't expect that, but it absolutely works out. It keeps the support safe because, you know, a singular Ancient Thunderhide can very easily kill a support on the side of Pipsqueak. He can chase him around the fight after the shapeshift comes out and really cause them issues. So
Radiant's bottom tower
yeah, I have no problems with that play at all.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke up again. Pipsqueak gonna try and make the exact same play happen. Why? Well, because this is the Tormentor area. You win a fight here, you get yourself a free shard. The dinosaur is nearby. Jump in, Hex. This is a great target. They found Batchuk. They found the richest man on the team, and they take him down with ease. No Chronosphere required.
Actually, running away from the twin gate now. They might look to see if someone wants to TP to mid. If they can find a greedy hero, but Moonlight does reveal himself. Not from breaking smoke, but just from pushing the wave.
Radiant's top tower is under
Pipsqueak,
attack.
they move together. 4 heroes go for the twin gate. They don't want to leave a single hero. But actually, there is a ward, so they are going to see X and E now.
Yeah, that's a good counterplay for sure. Moonlight
Yeah,
gets
very
the
nice
kill.
move.
Hex and E falls. Not sure you really want to play into this Chronosphere super badly. So I'll just hold the area. They won't challenge further than this. Won't overextend. Moonlight, did his ward get spotted there? Yes, it did. Kadara takes it down with ease. That's why mid laners should never ward. Just leave it to the sports.
Yeah, some of the mid lane warding antics are hilarious. They get an observer, and it's as if they're allergic to it and need to get it to the ground as soon as possible. They're in mid like, Gah!
Yeah,
Throw it
bro,
out.
that's a slot for my Iron Branch.
True. Got a stat min max.
Carry, by the way, has a Midas this game, so Link Midas. Just looking for these big items, the Ghost Scepter, the BKB.
He's jealous of Cracker. He's like, wait, what? If you can do
I didn't
it,
know we were
wanna
allowed to do that.
Yeah. They had a quick union support meeting. It's like, Midases are acceptable nowadays. So, wait, what? Really? We've been told by...
Our union demands is that one support must be allowed to buy a Midas per game without being complained at.
I do look forward to the first Dota protest at some point. I'm sure it's going to happen at some... Ooh. Dropping frames. Man presses how, frames are dropped.
It's too powerful.
That reminds me, I need to get the...
computer.
No, I re-downloaded Dota and I don't have the old settings because there are some settings that can help fix like just natural lag from Dota. So I will need to get them after this game. I will remind myself.
Yep, you do that. I will not remind you.
Oh, that's mean. All right,
I remember I
DK
will,
has a
but I'm pretty sure I
BKB.
won't.
All right.
Wow.
Do you think Passion UA can they find a fight? It's like, when was the last time they killed Quap, they killed Jakiro. God, they got 3 kills in the last 10 minutes. That is
Ooh,
despair.
go for
Oh, well.
Jakiro again. The kiss is committed as well, but XNE has found Cracker on the backlines. Cracker just doing his best to ignore and keep getting the damage out onto Kaori. Kaori, he is going to be dropping here, that is for sure. Batchuk looking for his target, trying to chase the quad.
Mondays here.
Turning around, going for Yayo, and there's a Chrono on the backlines onto Crystallize, but once again, QBFY, he is right there. Throws down the Dominic Purge out onto the Faceless Boy, who's forced to BKB, but can't hit a damn thing. He is completely controlled through this fight, completely countered by QBFY. Great fight from Passion UA.
Yep. I mean, no one completes right with how they did it. We ask, okay, are they going to find a fight? They got the BKB. They instantly kill off the support. They don't try and hold any spells. Just insta-kill Jakiro. Lycan then gets the kill on Kaori. And QBFY, his positioning has been flawless. In every single chrono, we've always seen a disruption. It is like 2 chronos, 2 disruptions. But still, if he can maintain this with the Blink Dagger, with the Aether Lens, yeah, that is going to really no Pipsqueak, but I gotta see Passion UA go again. In 30 seconds, they have another shapeshift, and they're only half a recipe away from an Assault Cuirass on the Lycan. there is a chance that they can just do the same thing they did in the last game, where it feels like it's not possible. It feels like the fight just shouldn't be theirs, and they're going to find an opportunity. I have the same feeling. Maybe it's moving
Really
closer.
Underestimating them.
Or I'm overestimating Pipsqueak. It's a real 50-50.
Yeah. These chronos have both been answered really, really well. Even though the first one they did still get the kill to crystallize. QBFY is just always in the right place. This Blink Dagger makes it a little easier, but either way, regardless, QBFY is doing absolute work.
He cannot be the one getting caught first. His positioning right now might be seen.
It's a little scary, isn't it? He's being a bit brave.
Very brave.
Dire are scanning.
Tower should just drop if anybody feels like killing it. Yeah, Crystalline certainly does.
Radiant's top tower is
Takes care of business. Is up on the top side of the map. Exony does not go for the... Oh, Kiss is coming out. Oh, all right. Just a nice layering of Kisses around the map on the top side. Why not?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nande, though, still farming up. Still becoming massive. 17.5k net worth on Nande at the moment. Sure, his team fight impact has been middling, but he's getting bigger and bigger each and every time with his Manta coming very shortly. That is going to be a bit of a problem for Passion UA.
Radiant are scanning.
Smoke up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Passion UA, they're going to see this ward here. Kaori's just going to go and deal with it. They know the potential for Roshan is pretty big here. Nande, how creative does he want to get with his positioning? Says, where's these dogs finding him? The little wolves running around, giving information. Nande, he gets into the pit. They're going to start this Roche. And the roar comes out, alerting Passion UA to exactly what's going on here. So they know where the wards are, but you just don't want to approach this pit. It's Tombstone and it's Serpent wards. It's just too much. Maybe Moonlight can try for the steal. He has got a shield rune. The Wolves are going to try and give the vision, but it's just not going to matter. Roshan goes down. Exony gets another Aegis. But they're still looking to hold their ground here. Macropire comes down. Batshuk's Overlord creep is going to fall. And does actually die to Kadara, so Kadara gets a chunk of change for that one. More money in for his Greaves.
That's the problem, right? Pipsqueak is so strong, right? We mentioned it during the draft. Tombstone, Serpent wards, no point even trying to get in there. Like, what are you gonna do? Blinking on a DK? Use your BKB to kill a Tombstone? It's just... Yeah, it is just not possible. Passion UA ideally would have loved to try and find a kill pre-Roshan, then try and play on like a numbers advantage, and yeah, not to be the case. Now they're back to sweeping across the map, pushing the lanes and seeing if an opportunity presents itself. And the Aegis goes on the Queen of Pain. Let her just run in. And that QBFY, an MVP of Passion UA so far.
Dead yet, but will eventually fall. That's the important thing, is Moonlight trying to just stick around on the front lines. Finishes off Kaori. Kisses are unfortunately leading Exony over to exactly where Krekker is, but it doesn't really matter. Void Spirit TP's away. He gets himself out. Passion UA stacking up on this high ground here. Oh, Crystallize, they are going for... Oh my god, that is way more damage than I was expecting. What? Where did he pick that
my guy's
up from?
moonsharding.
Yeah, he's just doing whatever at this point. What is happening?
I did not
Why does he have a
pick up
moonshard?
Why are you asking the question? You just saw him.
Yeah, true. He just ate a hero, ate a tombstone, ate another hero. Yeah, that was wow. All right, cool.
Christ. That's a lot of damage.
Jump scare.
Yeah.
I mean, with the Mask of Madness, that was just absolutely ridiculous attack speed. So.
Dire are scanning.
All right. I mean, if he gets a satanic, then yeah. All right. Well, I did not factor in the Moonshard DK being a potential win condition for bashing you away.
It does make sense here. Elder Dragon Form does just give you that like plus 100 bonus attack damage at level 3, so pile a bunch of attack speed on there, and you are just hitting insanely hard.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's definitely a very cool idea and very useful for this game. We've got so many things to kill, so many structured units from the enemy to take down, like that tombstone and the
I want to see him get like Daedalus and then like so satanic Daedalus rapier, and this build is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's gonna go crazy. Up on the top side of the map, meanwhile, Pipsqueak, they have just been a little bit sharper on these objectives. They're getting the Roshans, they're getting the Tormentors. Nice, cementing them a pretty reasonable advantage. Hero Shard, never really going to feel amazing, but Undying Shard definitely feels very good.
All right, let's cook now. All right, let's check. So there's a Solar Crest on Cracker. That's about, okay, I was just, is there any other layers to it? Is there like a Vlad's potentially being considered? Like really all in on DK find hero, DK kill hero? But
Radiant's bottom tower.
no, that isn't an option at the moment.
They got AC as well. Don't
They
forget.
do, yeah, they do have the AC. Yeah, I did forget that. To be fair,
Radiant's bottom tower
it's
is under attack.
quite late, but Lycan is now thinking about picking up the shard. There's one thing to note about Pipsqueak is their wave push is a little clunky, right? It's a Void with a Dominator, Queen of Pain, and everyone else. It's like a couple spells, additional time. It's not as rapid. So Lycan shard throwing down an additional wolf could be quite helpful, but they are smoked up. Mid's getting pushed in by summons, bottom's getting pushed in. Top wave though is in quite an aggressive position, so Pipsqueak should be aware that a smoke is happening, as no one has looked to defend this yet. And then Nande breaking the smoke.
Break the smoke. They see him. He doesn't react it at all, though. He tries to Manta it off, but he just gets immediately bought into the Remnant, but they need a little bit more damage in the tank. Can he turn around and get off the Chronosphere? He can. Whenever he wants to throw it down, he absolutely can do. And make sure he catches his Queen of Pain in there as well. Very important that he does that, but Crystallites is dead.
Nande had
going to be able to get out.
Radiant's
He had a negative reaction speed to that engagement, but luckily for him, Kadara had he had Solar Crest and Greaves, so he kept him alive.
He just sat there.
Maybe he was shopping. Like if he had the shop open, then he doesn't see a single hero because the shop's covering it.
Yeah, they're coming from the right-hand side, I guess. Makes sense.
But it was like a good a second and a half, 2 seconds of ooh, okay, you're jumping me. Yeah, props to Kadara. Very good reaction speed there to ensure nothing else happens to his sweet old carry.
Yep. Quick and clean.
Yeah.
With them in the game, and honestly, very, very big result for them to just straight up kill Crystallize, take him out of the game for a bit longer. He is going to really feel like he needs that Satanic. Although, to be honest, I'm actually a little surprised he's just not considering like Crystallis or something here. The fact they weren't able to kill off Nande was a little concerning. Maybe with Nullifier, but they have that.
Yeah, that was going to be I think the debate now is seeing that interaction, like that fight. Does he want Daedalus to kill the Void in that stun? Or does he still want Satanic where he knows, you know what? I'll get you to low HP, I'll force you to defensively chrono. You can't kill me, I have Satanic after the chrono. Fight continues. I think there's a good debate for either option, but I am just worried that he'll pick up Satanic and he might live but not die. And Kaori with the Nightfall all chat.
Yeah, BKB TP'd out, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
pretty unusual for a support.
Or to announce it as well.
He's excited. He can feel like one of the guys. Well, the Helm of the Overlord creep dead. It's got to be quite a few now from Batchuk. He has not been very careful with this Helm of the Overlord creeps, I have to say.
A click and then pray.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but this game just feels like it's been 2 hours long. 2 hours long, sorry.
Yeah. I keep looking at time being like, oh, only
Study
that.
said-
Huh.
I was honestly considering talking about tier 5 items in a minute. My brain was like wandering to like, maybe Book of the Dead could be quite nice now.
Another Overlord creep for Nande. He just farmed 2 in like back-to-back. That's kind of insane. Free 500 gold. Probably not what you want to be giving the enemy carry, I'll be honest. Yeah, it's just straight up bad. Tier 2 tower, gonna fall. Nande gets the kill. I'll keep it coming here. Up to the high ground they go. Nande's feeling confident. We've seen this go wrong for Nande before, but right now, he's feeling pretty unstoppable, and I don't really blame him. He's gonna be there from Crystallize. Ooh, a tombstone. Don't mind if I do. Here he comes in, though. Gets off the Hex. Gexney also going to throw some spells over as well. Moonlight with the AD. Going to try to start some fights here. Nande still just focusing on those barracks, so going for the range barracks, but BKB popped from Moonlight, but BKB and Chronosphere coming down from Nande. But there's another disruption from QBFY. He never misses. QBFY keeping Moonlight alive just a little bit longer, and he's got Assimilate as well to get back to the high ground. Nobody is dead on the side of Passion UA yet, and they have taken down Kaori, so it is a Passion UA favored fight right now. Crystallize being cookied in once again.
Oh, he's jumping.
He is. He's trying to stand his ground against everybody here. And there's a Hex coming down onto the Faceless Void. Nande, he's low, but he's not low enough. They haven't killed him yet, and Cracker's the one in trouble. He throws out one last cookie before he dies, but Dai shout. Cracker is out. No buyback available, as I'll kill off Moonlight in the back lines as well. XNE catches him, and Crystallize, he's struggling. He does not have that Satanic just yet, and will also be falling. They couldn't deal with Nande. And now, they're going to have to buy back if they want to stay in this game, because they want the tier 4s.
Buyback. What do they have?
Double fortify, and they've got Roshan as well.
Roshan? Oh, after, I see.
Roshan's respawned, yeah.
Yeah.
They want to go back for that instead. The DK buyback, will it be enough? Nande says, no, I want more, and Kaori's got Batchuk inside a ward trap as well, who will now fight his way out of it. Stun out onto Kaori. Moonlight bounce around the fight. Can't really find the opening here. This will just force back Pipsqueak and send them over towards Roche's pit.
And look what happened top though.
They did? Oh.
Yeah, they did get a Rax.
Okay,
Batchuk
good job, Batchuk.
Yep. Helm of the Overlord, and just to be clear by the way, you know when he chronoed and QBFY saved originally with the disruption? The Sonic Wave actually pushed the Lycan out of the chrono, and he lived on like what, 60, 70 HP as he ran away, killed off 3 of the zombies. So like if the Sonic Wave didn't get used, Lycan would have died. That could have been two Rax plus more potentially, right? But a very small thing that happened in the previous fight, and Passion UA will be grateful. They have one more fight in them.
Yeah, 15
All
seconds to this
spells,
chrono, and they're already running over. Moonlight has been spotted. He sees that his Remnant connects and knows that something is wrong. Great play from Moonlight there. Scouts the smoke without giving his life away.
And yeah, it looks like Batchuk sending his summons to the bot lane, so he's going to be thinking, yeah, say if they want to take a fight, maybe we trade another hero that has buyback. We can get ourselves another Rax at XNE. He's having to blink down, having to deal with the push. Oh, presses BKB. Okay, the pressure's getting
that
to
quick
him.
wave was about to unleash their spells on him, so...
Yeah. They're jumping onto the Queen of Pain now,
Well,
no BKB.
Yeah, no BKB, I wonder why. Anyway, Chrono comes down to the 2 of them, and that is a great response. Where the disruption, but a second Chrono is available from Nande. He throws it down and kills them both. And that is both your cores dead. Without buyback, this one's probably just done. And yeah, Roshan, who needs him? They're running it down at this point. Yeah, they'll. Batchuk's gonna get a second barracks. Who really cares? Batchuk himself is dead, as they will be putting an end to this one. And GG is indeed called. They're not gonna wait for the throne to explode. They know what's happened.
Yeah, it was, Wait, what? Kadara GG? Wait, what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't try to understand Kadara. I just
No.
accept that he is who he
Yeah.
is.
I think in the Falcon series where we saw the offlane Huskar, I believe the Anti-Mage had a weak laning support that didn't have kill threat. But here, with a Jakiro, you get level 3, 2 points in the Liquid Frost. And of course Anti-Mage will never get the slow because there's no mana to burn, but there's a world like you go Corrosion, Treads, Anti-Mage. Like, again, I can see a world where the Anti-Mage can play out the lane, but it really depends on Kadaro finding some early XP.
He's got to style out the lane, both him and Kadara. Got to make it happen. Is it possible? Maybe. That's what we're here to find out. Do you think there's any chance they swap up the lanes, bring the try to bring the anti-mage up to the safe lane or off lane to dodge the Huskar?
I mean, it is a possibility. We don't really see too many lane swaps, but I think the trade-off is, do they think they can still get a Helmet Dominator from the lane? If they can, then maybe they just want Centaur to have the free farm, because Centaur goes there and doesn't farm. Now you're missing your kind of your front line for the early game whilst Anti-Mage is farming.
Yeah.
At the moment, it just looks like they're keeping it, keeping it normal. Also, I lied. He's not level 30. He's 18.
Still
Or whatever
very high.
Platinum is. Is Platinum level 18?
Yeah. Platinum is 18 to 25.
I see. Maybe he just stopped getting Dota Plus after 18. He's like, you know what? I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. There's no way you could be wrong.
Nice, thanks.
Shake a mid
Okay.
into Leshrac. I've seen this matchup go horribly wrong at times, but I've also seen it go absolutely fine as well, so we'll see what happens here. As Crystallize and yeah, you're already starting with one another as we have some tri-lane action going down on the bottom side for both teams here. Everybody's in the bottom side. They're just trying to kill off Batchuk straight off the back, and they can't do so. Nande first bloods onto the Huskar counter pick. That feels great. Now they move on towards Cracker as well. Cracker, he doesn't really have anywhere to go. The Blink AM just running heroes down. It's a double kill for the anti-mage.
Oh, this is not the start you want. But yeah, excellent
Really?
read there. Great. I know. Someone in chat might be like, you know what? Not the worst for a Huskar, right? But yeah, the fact that they got both of the kills as well, he's gonna get that double Wraith Band? No, it's a crown and a Wraith Band. Whew.
Okay, for you. Double Wraith Band would have been like,
Yeah.
I've got 2 kills. I'm winning this lane now. And I think that may
And they're
have
actually
been,
just they're holding the
straight up
tri lane, by
tri-lane.
the way. Yeah.
CBFY. Not worth using the dual breath on him. Oh. Is it really worth liquid frosting if you're not going to dual breath?
The Liquid Frost does apply move slow, but normally you do want to combo. If you're not right clicking them and chasing them, then Liquid Fire because it does damage over time. And if you are trying to kill them, then you want to Liquid Frost them because it buffs up all your other damage. So
Yeah.
in his mind, he might have thought, "I'm frosting because I think I'm going to go for the kill," but then it just
Yeah,
doesn't
I
happen.
think that must have been it, yeah.
Yeah. Normally it's you fire for damage, you frost for kill.
Which is why the shard is quite good on Jakiro. It's getting out both is just super value. Another day, another disruption. This time they are going to commit with the dual breath here. Kadaro throws down the liquid fire eventually.
Yeah. Took him a second to get it, but of course the Huskar does have Cauterize, so he can dispel himself, which is quite a nice thing against the Jakiro. He's gonna have to choose when he wants to do it. And the the Centaur who's been left by himself, he's like, guys, can I have some help, please? The Bane is like solo zoning him. Like he is level 3, but it's spooky now. Curry TP's up with the Twin Gates up with disruption.
Finally, we are done with the tri-laning shenanigans. Cracker jumped pretty heavily here. He's going to need a little bit more assistance from Crystallize, but it ain't coming. Kaori brings him down. Very smooth kill up here in the top lane, and definitely, kind of repaying Yayo for his patience and letting his supports be in the bottom lane for a while. There you go. Yep, that's a kill for you, buddy. So really ideal stuff coming out for. Gosh, my brain's just blanked. What are they called again, T?
Purple cheetahs.
Pipsqueak.
Like the animal. Not like the animal. They're not like, yeah, thanks. Yeah, Pipsqueak. They're called Pipsqueak. I realized it was like the worst name possible to call a professional Dota team. Ah, well. Oh, good Dara, be careful. Yeah, very, very good start for them. The fact that Anti-Mage is top net worth as well. And they are looking to go potentially double Helm of Dom, right? Because you've got the Helm of Imor and the Centaur plus the Anti-Mage. You start sending some creeps around, pushing waves, and you're going to know exactly where that aggression will be coming from on Passion UA. It's going to be very, very annoying to deal with.
Xtony is having a really good time at mid, by the way. He does not need these stacks. Wait, he's going for the block to try to make sure that his creeps don't go too close to the tower. It's admirable. Will it work out? Moonlight's going. No, Moonlight's not blocking. He's now realized what's going on, but yeah, he's going to be able to fully reset the creep aggro here. So he'll be happy about that one. I mean, Tappy's just like spell dump every wave here, actually. I think that's why he's been getting so much of the CS, because he realizes that he can't really trade with the Leshrac, so just shove every wave. Don't worry about it.
It's just a bit worrying that often when Moonlight gets his Leshrac, he's got that moment of brilliance of a solo kill or a rotation, and even at the 6-minute rune. Oh, misspell combo there.
Yeah, they both just really didn't want him to get to the rune, but Earthshaker does bag the regen.
Yeah. Another thing as well is normally you can contest stacks on a Leshrac as well. The fact that he didn't get the 6-minute rune, if it was a regen, a haste, anything, he'd have poked his head up, maybe tried to take the hard camp.
Nande blinks out. He'll be alright. Everybody's very low down here, though.
Yep.
In fact, Nande might just be dead there. He tanked like 3 burning spears. Okay, Kodara's got a Lotus for him. He'll be fine.
Is it stack taking time for Earthshaker? We always have to document that for the viewers. It's very
yeah,
important.
we do have to watch that. It's very important.
Does he walk behind the hard cap? Oh. Okay, it wasn't the most efficient. It's okay. Normally you want to walk back past the hard camp and then slam the creeps.
The slugger. Yeah.
Because otherwise, now look at him. He's awkwardly clicking them. Still to this day was the number one facet of what the hell is this? Or technically it was was it an innate originally? No, it was a facet originally to become an innate.
Yeah. And it became an innate, yeah.
Yeah. Number one facet when it was originally introduced, because the visuals were beautiful.
Ooh, Batcher getting
Stampede.
jumped again here. The disruption, though, from Kaori, maybe not what you wanted there. That makes things a little bit awkward. I mean, they can't really commit onto the Batcher kill, so they do realize that both supports are here from Passion UA, and now they probably can't stand his ground anymore, but he'll be given a salve, and he'll be okay. Helm very soon to be completed for Nande. At which point he does not need to worry about this lane anymore.
Oh.
Okay,
trying to go for the
kills.
kills.
Missing every spell he has.
And nothing connecting.
But, well, you can't miss Little Shredder. And a few more right clicks and Kaori will be toast. Gets his brain sapped.
Not to be that guy, but technically... No. Oh. Yeah,
Arcane Rune grabbed by Moonlight though, so he's going to be able to get the refill and probably just going to be a farming rune, if we're being honest, for Moonlight.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's he hasn't got the kills in lane that he normally gets, which means the Blink Dagger will be delayed. He needs to farm up, eventually get there, and yeah. I think the concerning fact is 3 farming cores of Pipsqueak all are farming very, very well. Like normally one takes a bad game and then others will then kind of play around it, but the fact that all 3 are top of the net worth. Shaker has the Blink Dagger, minute 9, 4.3k net worth on the Shaker. Is incredibly farmed, of course. A slam onto a Leshrac or a Dawnbreaker will feel extremely good. And then whilst this aggression is happening top, Antipage is going to get the Helmet Dominator. So he'll start being able to, you know, take some more farm. Open up his game.
Is under attack.
Very good read though from Crystallize. Understands that a potential smoke's happening. Walks very, very far to the right. Just hugging his tier 2 tower.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam on bottom. Huskar's dead.
Whoa, okay. That's one way to bring him down. The Blink Dagger slam coming out onto Batyuk, and that just completely annihilates him. Kill onto the Huskar. Very nicely done. That's almost the perfect target you want with that first Blink slam of the game. And again, as mentioned, this Shaker's had an incredible time at mid. He's really, really farmed. It does feel like it's Xanny's game at the moment. They're going to try and fight into him, but the Nightmare actually kind of dodges the Fire Snap cookie. Crystallize is coming in as well on this one, but I don't think anybody really wants to be here as Nande is just going to take down QBFY. Him and his creep getting it done. Crystallize realizing that his probably isn't where he wants to be right now. He will also lose his life. Moonlight's nearby. Nande doesn't have a Mana Void to work with, so he's not going to become a nuclear bomb for his team, but still, there it is again. The Warpine Raider slowing down Moonlight and let Nande get another extra hit in, but that was a pretty bad fight for Passion UA.
Yeah, a big problem with the carry Dawnbreaker is on offlane, you don't mind throwing yourself into the middle of the fight and kind of sacrificing yourself because you're often buffing up a carry or something else. But here, it's like he jumps in, also dies, doesn't get any kills. Like you need to make sure that your Solar Guardians are the perfect kill. And in some situations, you feel victim to my hero wants to help you. And even like look at the itemization from Crystallize. He's thinking of going just straight Aghanims. This is not like the Echo Saber, Blade Mail, Desolator build that you sometimes see from carry players, specifically like Nightfall or something. He is just going for the Huskars to carry the game. And, we'll see how it plays out, but for now it feels like he is going to kind of fall behind on his impact, just becoming potentially even like poorer than what an offlaner feels like at the moment.
Yeah. Crystallize doesn't really have much to his name either. Turning up to the first fight with that Solar Guardian, and it just wasn't a fight he wanted to be in.
No, exactly.
It's the curse of Solar Guardian sometimes. Moonlight. Yeah, he's saying hello to Krekker, and just going to peace out of that one. Doesn't want to be Fiend's Gripped. There is another gigantic stack being made in the triangle, by the way. I'm wondering if they're just going to slam this one as well, because AM's pretty far away from a Battle Fury.
Say quite far. Has he even started it yet?
Yeah, it's...
No, wait, no, technically he has.
Yeah, he has the Quelling Blade.
He has the Quelling Blade, exactly.
I start most games with a with a starting my Battle Fury. It's cool watching him use his helm in a more aggressive way than most helm users do, though. He's been taking his creeps to fights. He's been using them to you know, slow people down, a little bit of extra damage. It's nice. It's cool. Good micro.
The trade-off will be he will have less farm than other anti-mages that hug it with him the entire time, because the kind of the transit time of it running to a lane, etc. is like probably a camp and a half. Like the Jakiru Centaur farm. Hell yeah. I'm happy the Shaker didn't take it, right? It's like the first slam is always a bit spicy for the fact that you're using slam, but it gets you your blink. If you were to slam it again, that's now a hero not dying or an objective not secured due to your presence, right? So yeah, I actually like the fact that
wait, watch him slam this.
I was waiting, I was scared. Wait, hold on.
I actually thought he was about to, but he's actually just dead, so maybe he wishes he... Oh, deny? Okay.
Oh. That's incredibly awkward.
Yeah.
He died to the Dark Troll Summoner, taking 52 physical damage.
Yeah. That's a big nuke right there. That's big clicks. Feels so bad for Moonlight.
Radiant are scanning.
Do they want to put pressure on the anti-mage? Is that really what you want to do right now? It feels like a huge risk. I'll head back to the middle lane. Pipsqueak just continuing to farm up where he can. I mean, I think at this point everybody's got a game. Of course, Centaur, XNE on the Shaker, and the anti-mage all feeling a little bit better than the rest, but Pipsqueak's done really well, recovering. Armlet Sange completed. You just won't have the impact you're really expecting from an offlaner, but that's kind of going to be made up by the fact that they've got Crystallize on Dawnbreaker. And actually, Crystallize is just straight up going for the offlane Dawn build, so I wouldn't really say that this is even a...
No, it's not. But
This is
also
just a
not
carry.
doing-
Pipsqueak's just playing carry. Yeah, that's the best way to look at this.
Oh,
TDFY is
he's
dead.
jumped.
Nande gets the kill, goes to the counter spell. Doesn't really work out for him, but he does get himself away with the Stampede, and his creeps there as well to mess with Pipsqueak as much as possible.
Crystalline is not afraid of just jumping into the fights, and his Solar Guardian discipline is probably even more. It's probably less disciplined than an offlaner. He's just throwing them out there.
I'm very much calling him just a straight up offlane at this point because.
But the thing again, like he's not even playing like an offlaner because like normally offlaners will go for a blade metal first, or even like we saw earlier to let Boom go for an orchid, right, to ensure that he has some fight. The fact that he's going like full naked Ags, I am worried that if the Solar Guardian isn't perfect, then what's his playbook other than, oh, okay, I've used it. Like normally you want that extra little item to give yourself some kind of secondary reason to be in the fight.
Yeah.
Like, it might work out, right? Like you Echo Slam the Huskar, he doesn't die, Solar Guardian, turn around. Right. It is possible. Nowadays, farming so aggressively.
As always.
Mm-hmm.
Nande loves to put on the pressure.
Centaur has, of course, the Blink Dagger. Any other items really to note? At the moment, no. But Slam is available, and Centaur has Stampede and a Blink Dagger. They are looking for an engagement. Luckily for Passion Yue, the ability to go Roshan is not on the cards for Pipsqueak. It's not as if they have like the Undying Shaman in the previous game. That is something they did really well last game. It's like as soon as they felt like a moment of kind of time in the game to make a move, they did it.
Yeah.
Like he has the Shield Rune, but into a Shadow Demon with a Demonic Purge would instantly get removed, so you can't play too confident with it. It just feels like Passion Yue are sitting back, wait for the BKB on the Huskar, wait for the Aghanims on the Dawnbreaker, and pretty much just throw yourself into the middle of the fight.
Exactly, right? Like,
Yeah.
it feels... I'm not mad about them waiting for their timings right now, for them slowing down a bit, but once they hit their timings, it has to be a very, very quick increase in pressure, which knock down Pipsqueak, because if they don't, then things going to get very awkward very quickly. They do not scale as well as Pipsqueak do, that is for sure. So this lull in action needs to be backed up by a strong reaction from Passion Yue soon. What is XNE looking for? Kaya complete for XNE, so he's going to hit his next big decent timing. Blink, Shark, Kaya, all complete for him. Crystallize, meanwhile, finishes off the Aghanims. Do we have the BKB on the Huskar yet? Not yet. And Leshrac, he's got the Blink and the Kaya. So they kind of hit some timing on Passion UA, and the fight does break out up in the top side, but it's not really a fight, more just an assassination onto Crystallize. Cracker trying to look for a target here, but the Tumbler's Toy gets Yayo out of range, or it's a Shadow Demon out of range. So nobody's getting gripped up. Once again, just a successful kill from Pipsqueak. Very clean. Yep. Very well done.
And all this time they're dragging heroes to the top side of the map, and Nande relishing the fact that he has just 0 contest down here. Got the Battle Fury, the Dominator, a recipe from Yasha. Yep. Very, very happy. Meanwhile, Cracker does grab the Shaker, but instant TPs from 3 different heroes. 4 different heroes, actually. Oh my. Everybody on Pipsqueak came to say hello.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Nightmare was that broken. It just it forced out 5 TP, or 4 TP, sorry. What a spell.
Gotta respond. Alrighty, well, once again, we're trying to sort out these small issues we've been having on stream. So we get to look at our pretty mugs for just a minute whilst we do the necessary... Oh my god, huge team fight! No, I'm kidding. No, that's not going on.
What a guy.
I got you guys. Everyone's just farming. It's the same thing that we've had for the last 10 minutes, but... hopefully that'll be sorted. Apologies for issues that we have been having so far. Carry on the top side, just trying to farm up this big wave. It's a big juicy wave, but he is going to pay the price for it. Nothing in life is free, and Bad Chuck is here to remind Kaori of that. Moonlight also in the neighborhood as well. Kaori going to try and bury himself in the trees, but he doesn't even have a TP, so you know this was always a one-way mission. I feel Kaori is going to get dropped.
Yeah, he does fall, and that does open up the Tormentor. As they're in the neighborhood, they might as well take it. There's no one really in range. That would have been a beautiful slam, or just anything actually, if they weren't ready for it.
Double wisdoms though, given back the other way though, so it's a bit of a cost. Now, this is an interesting one. Would you rather have the Tormentor or double wisdom?
Double wisdom.
Wow.
No explanation needed. I just look at Bane, he's level 9. I look at Jakiro, he's soon to be level 12. Like,
that's not just the double wisdoms.
Yeah, I know, but if Bane had a wisdom, he'd be level 10 in a bit, right? He'd be closer.
I don't think Bane's a particularly bad, like, shard holder.
He's alright. Like, you can push waves, and
I guess it's farming, but
yeah. Again, it's not the worst shard. I think a lot of people will give it a lot of heat, but it actually does do well for the hero. You know, the fact that you can push wave, you have a bit more heal, reduces the cooldown. It's all things that Bane doesn't mind having. It's just not as like cool as a Snapfire shard where the cookie's doing more or something. He gets a Nightmare. Jakiro taking a very long sleep into the middle of Passion UA.
Disruption though, the supports are saving each other really, really nicely here, but Crystallize is going to come in on this one, but there's a Stampede coming on down as a counter, but Badchuk just really stepping up the fire onto Yayo, getting him nice and hot, but Nande again jumps in, finds Cracker, now looks to Crystallize here as well. He's still got that Mana Void, but he doesn't really want to use it until he's got a really good target. QBFY is going to get dropped here though. He's in way too deep, and Badchuk just getting control through this entire thing, and now Nande is going to turn his attention over towards the Huskar. Huskar, he's marvelous switching pretty well to buy himself some time here and should kill off Kaori, but Kaori's got the disruption onto himself once again. Can he live through this TP back to base? He will be A-okay. It is Pipsqueak all over, and now they can get into the pit.
12 for 3 at the 23 minute mark, 7,000 gold lead, and you get kills like that. That was kind of the big moment for Passion UA, right? It was the BKB on the Huskar, the Solar Guardian with the Aghanims. Like, this is what they've been farming for, but nothing really connected. Kind of an awkward Roshan, but it's still going to die eventually.
Roshan. Nande. He wants that Aegis, and he's going to get it. Battle Fury, Manta, Helm all completed for Nande here. The richest hero in the game. With his Aegis likely going to become even richer. Feels like a longer game than it has been, but 23 minutes.
It's the same as game 2, yeah.
These teams just play pretty fast, I think. Catches me off guard sometimes. A lot of team plays, a lot of big movements. Except Cracker.
Oh, what do you mean? Look at him.
Yeah, no, he's still...
Oh.
Oh, there's a tech. There's a tech right there. Carry is not letting him escape. And Nande certainly isn't letting him escape. That'll be a clean kill.
That was just mean.
One thing I've never seen and always wanted to see is an anti-mage who counterspells something and then like hands off keyboard. Something like Grip or Dismember or something, you know, like a channeled spell. I've never seen an anti-mage actually use those because obviously they always just insta-cancel it because that's kind of the point of it. But one day, I dream of casting a game where an anti-mage can get off a full duration Dismember or a Grip.
Crystallize, been found. Slam.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone. There's your offlaner dead. Alright, if you just call him the cat, he's building a pipe and an axe.
Yeah,
At the same time, I don't feel like Batchuk's carrying this game either, so a little alarming.
The point of the Huskar was to be top net worth and have Antimage play catch up. But because of the tri lane, Antimage is top net worth and Huskar's playing catch up, and the rest of the draft integrity from Passion UA just disappears, right? You've got Dawn who's buffing up nothing, Leshrac who's scared to go into the fight until he gets BKB. Huskar can't do any damage because there's Demonic Purge to kite him, there's Disruption to kite him. Fissure also kind of kites him as well. It's a lot of annoying little things he has to navigate. Moonlight does have the BKB coming out on the courier now. So another opportunity for Passion UA to maybe look for an engagement, but you're playing into a 2.5 minute Aegis and doesn't care. Well, the value of the shard there. Whew.
Just a great shard.
That's my wave, yeah. Don't you dare flip flop.
I've come full circle.
Oh, I respect that. Is there a shard in the game that you... Actually, wait a second. They're jumping Huskar.
Alright, full watch.
They're crokering Huskar.
Oh, been croaked, been stomped, been saved by the Nightmare, and with the Crystallize coming down from the heavens as well, Solar Guardian is there, and they've got a lovely grip out onto Nande on the side, but no follow-up damage. Batchuk, though, looking for the supports, will kill off Kadara. Moonlight, he's bailing. BKB TP out of this one. Nande finally finished off Cracker on the back. That's what you get for gripping me, son. Now moves over towards Moonlight. Moonlight is out of here as well. It's a double kill for Nande and looking for more. QBFY is going to be that next target. Sure, he's silenced up, but he doesn't care. He's an anti-mage, having a great old time. Yayo, jumping in, getting cooked up a little bit here, but there's your slam coming through from XNE. Once again, another Nightmare saving Batchuk, buying him a bit of time to get off these armlets, get him back out. So, all in all, they do lose that Leshrac. They do have the Cracker buyback as well.
Yeah, it was a nice Nightmare save. If Cracker doesn't buy back and the Huskar dies as well, then it feel really bad. But outside of that, they weren't really close to getting any kills on Passion UA. It just didn't feel like they're playing for survival. Like, I'm not seeing the play to win, the chance for the pick off. It really is. They're waiting for a mistake from Pipsqueak, and maybe that is to come. Again, Pipsqueak game 1, they made plenty of mistakes. That's why Passion UA was able to find victory there. It just feels like it's unlikely this time around. Butterfly is soon complete on the anti-mage. Shiva's soon complete on the centaur. XNE's about to buy a fork Terrain, by the way. Just, you know what? I don't need components. I just need to buy the whole thing. He is currently asleep.
Disruptions
nice
there.
disruption.
Once again, dodging just about everything. Can XNE get out of this one? He's forced off to the side as well. Stuns up everybody. To the hills he goes. Nande still taking them all down right now, but no, hold on. Now he's got 2 seconds left of his Aegis.
Aegis.
Yeah, it's time
Watch
to
out.
chill. Kadaro feeds him a nice big Lotus to make sure he's fine. He's actually jumping back in on this. He wants Batchuk, but I'm not sure he's going to find it. Batchuk, can he toggle? No, he can't. He finally goes down. Nande with the double kill, getting a whole bunch of kills here, but maybe this is the end of the road. A blink away. They don't know where he's gone. He's actually jumping back in onto QBFY once again. It takes him out. It's a triple kill for the anti-mage. Crystallize will fall. There's no heroes left to kill on the side of Passion UA. They're all gone. This may well be the end of the road. It really, really looked they were going to catch out Nande there, but he is just too good on this anti-mage.
It's playing with the limits, and the fact that he had 2 seconds of the Aegis, it looked like it was in a spot above it, but he's able to disengage, reset, and XNE as well, but confidence from him. And you know what? Not even XNE. We got to hype up Kaori there, right? From the high ground. The Aether Lens save disruption. Yeah. 4 stuff as well to get him away from the Dawnbreaker. If Kaori doesn't position to save the Shaker, none of this happens. So Kaori, he's the first domino to a successful fight. He falls, but then the rest of them, yeah, just clutch it up and keep kiting the fight.
Middle barracks are under attack.
I was about to hype the wrong guy. I completely forgot that Kaori, he was the MVP of that engagement.
Never forget the
Of course, he's
sports,
very
G-Gun.
farmed. Yeah, he's a happy lad.
He's having a great time. And yeah, kind of unusual, the Aether Lens these days. We don't see that picked up very often on supports. It's just fallen out of favor. You know, the build-up's kind of bad, so people have stopped buying it. But yeah, we saw a pretty nice usage of it in that last fight. Moonlight jumps onto Kaori. Kaori got to force him out though and flies away at a rate of North. And actually with the blade mail from Palantimo's, Moonlight just gets absolutely crushed. Nande dancing around the side here. He's not the healthiest, but he can still just take down Crystallize. Crystallize is sitting in the front line like he's got farm for days, and he does not. Batchuk's got it as well. This is getting real messy, T-Governor. Real messy indeed. Oh, thank you, Manathirst. Nets a kill. And GG's actually just called. They're just done, straight up. GG is called, and the series will go to Pipsqueak+4. GGAO, GGXNE. Some nice little wordplays coming out from them. They're doing some things, but more importantly, they're moving forward in this bracket. It will be the end of the road for Passion UA. Another qualifiers for them, and unfortunately, another time falling short.